On your play, you know. If you feel a drop, I take you out for an escape. Are you down, down, girl, down, down, girl, down, 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 girl, down, down, girl. This a motion picture that I want you as the star in. When this shit premiere, you the one that hit it starring. I ain't from this planet, but I'm way beyond the Martian. Hope you come along, strap your seatbelt on my starship. It's the fight to get right. It's the fight to start. It's the fight to get. It's the fight to get. Girl, quit acting like my bro. Like I'm trying to make you laugh, but you act like you don't know me. Bringing up the past, got your actions like your phone. And your questions on the ass, why you acting like you know me? About to hit you up, ask you what you trying to do today. You get too upset cause you don't like to feel no Q&As. Rolling up some trees and I know you might can use a drink. Your love is the problem, man. Baby, you just go away. Call you in the morning, wanna see you till it's truly late. Pictures I be drawing got me using all the newest taste. Feels like some water, I ain't really trying to lose my brain. Standing on my words, can't trust anything that you say. Goddamn, goddamn, goddamn. It's the flight. It's the flight to show. It's the flight to get. It's the flight to get. Try to make you laugh, but you act like you don't know me. Bringing up the past, got your actions looking cold. Questions on the ass, why you acting like you lonely?
They don't go to Oh, Sam. There you go. I said wait for grandma to leave. I had to wait for grandma to leave. You know what I'm saying? Grandma, yep. Grandma blocked my throat chakra a little bit. Oh, damn, grandma came back. My bad. I had to cough. I had to let it out. You know what I'm saying? That's how grandma be fucking with me, through coughs. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as I create a cough, that's grandma trying to think she putting her foot in my mouth and blocking my heart chakra and throat chakra and stuff, and I can't get the good synchronicities out in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Thank you so much for the donation. South Hour. Yeah, we're gonna ride, bro. We're gonna rude boy. Rude boy. I can get jiggy with this. Can get jiggy with this. You know, it's a PBS channel and all that. You know what I'm saying? Public business service announcement channel. I'm saying real stuff. Plump. Plump. I can't think of it. I can't think of the B word. I was trying to look out for a fruit with the letter of a B. Beets. Plump beets. Services. I'm saying real stuff on beats like your kidney chakra and stuff that they be eating and stuff once y'all get all built up with their narratives in the world. And then before you died in their energies, and now they could go eat some your liver steak beets. I was thinking about foundation. Beat out. You said I was thinking for property. Real stuff. Real stuff. So you know the shadow government, they be creating all kind of circumstances to get our organs all plumped. I'm saying that once your organs all plumped, then that's when you can go lay down in a warm glass of milk and stuff like that in the woods, and they like that version because they know, oh, this good heart, good liver, good lungs, good steak all night. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff could bring steak. You know what I'm saying? Good organism shrimps. It's like, I'm saying, be careful out here. And make sure you go subscribe to Dara. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. But yeah, it's all kind of extreme organs and stuff like that they be into and try to like build adrenaline off us. So you got to be careful what was even on your mind before you die. It get that deep. You got to be careful what's on your mind before you die, because you get ready to have like some Masonic ritual practice, aka a funeral. And your family gonna look at you like you don't look the same because you got some bombing fluid in you. You all blown up, and you might think to yourself like, "But why do they have to do that? Because there ain't barely anything inside them anymore." Oh, I said, then it all gonna make sense. Then when you start questioning, where'd that go? Where? Hold on. Where's my family? Where's my grandma's ankle cap heart at? Where's my grandma jawline liver at? You start asking questions, stuff like that. You demonetized online at that point. I said, now you start to see. Now you start to see what's going on. Y'all saying real stuff, real stuff. Now you get to pick it up. Now you get to understand it and be like, oh, okay. They just don't want me sounding a certain way. They just don't want me having certain talk points. They want me to get back in program. Oh, and then that's it. Then once you get that in your mind, you'll be like, okay, now I know I could play the witchcraft game too. I can make them think I'm doing one thing while still doing another thing. Let's see how far I could go with it. Now you're playing a real good game. That's how you start playing a real good game after that. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Other than that, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. You know what I'm saying? Unless you ain't around no real men or real women or with no community or nothing like that that's healthy-minded. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, each one could teach one. So whatever, you can look at yourself on your own time, like where I was lacking, like, oh, no, I could pick up right there. And therefore, boom, that's how we each one teach one, even when we unaware of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you think y'all, I don't learn from y'all as much y'all learn from me. Shit, you'll be fooling yourself. I go outside every day. I learn from bees, ants, all kinds of shit. Matter of fact, I give it more importance than what the fuck I know. And that's the only way I'm able to stay in my position, that it ain't no ego in the area, that it may not even be perceived as ego in the spiritual world, but it still lead to the same kind of areas. Me not willing to learn something else based upon my bias, what I'm already in and what I'm already have justified from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you understand spirituality down to a T. You know what I'm saying? Moon get ready to go in Libra. So don't plant no bad seeds and stuff like that. All kind of planet energies, negative or positive or whatever the case may be, that you're trying to direct for what you got to go on. Whether it's a positive outcome or negative outcome. I ain't meant to say if you negative or positive. You know what I'm saying? Your intent is you. But what you express, whether it get reacted and responded based upon reciprocation from the external world, via people, places, and things, that's not the point. The point is just putting in the energy. God gonna make sure if that energy you put in is for God, God gonna make sure whatever person, place, or thing, or circumstance or situation that's needed for you to go on, you're gonna be the one to have your mind free enough to be riding the current, to create your own current event, because you're not having to play catch up based on planting bad seeds. So when the moon going to Libra, moon going to Scorpio, moon going to Sagittarius, you're able to deal with those events using that energy. Anybody who have to play catch up, they have to use that new energy for old and outdated things that they have accumulated when they planted that seed 2 moons ago. So anything that you do right now that's a bad seed, with the moon being in Virgo, it's going to spill over as a phase into things that you need to do at the time that the moon is in Libra. And then it play out as distractions. So it be the things in our life that we don't know how to use astrology as a tool, that I'm teaching you how to look at it like that now. It's purely on the basis of what I'm talking about. If you know how to use astrology as a tool, anytime a person, place, or thing take up too much seconds, minutes, and hours, aka energy work, that you feel frustrated, this would just happen. And if you're not spiritually inclined enough, you're not doing enough shadow work for God to show you this will happen as a confirmation. What happened is you planted too many bad seeds based upon what felt good or what thought good in that moon cycle, without seeing what was right or wrong and what you should be sacrificing some cater to if you got a purpose or a goal for God. And it's not for the devil expectations. When the moon going to the next sign, you have to react to respond the best way it's in that sign, and hopefully it's not square and opposing you. And it really depends on what sign is square and opposing. So you might be the person who can help people with balance if it's opposing in a positive way with the two alignments, or help people with a learning frustration because you have obtained some knowledge if it's a square. But that's not the case right now. I'm trying to break down the allegory. Now, when the moon going to another sign, you're going to be dealing with a whole bunch of things you accumulated when you felt or thought and expressed thought, action, and express ritual and spell with that witchcraft. And the people, places, and things, you may not feel the same participating with these things. So it's going to play out when the moon is in another phase as a frustration, as a distraction, as something you don't really want to do, but you know that you already signed some type of esoteric contract that if you don't do it, you'll be perceived as more weird and actually create more blockages. So all of our spirits innately know that, even if we're not doing something in our lives that actually we could point to be like, oh, this is a blockage. Oh, I'm not manifesting. It play out in all areas. So spirit pardon me, your spirit innately knows when it's doing wrong, even when it's getting a lot of good out of that path that's going down the wrong end. So keep that in mind too. And you will feel it. And those be the first little things that God show you turn around. And when you don't turn around and choose to be like, oh, it ain't so bad, God create that bad situation for you to be like, oh, my bad, God, can you open the window again in this Hell's Kitchen? It's hot. I'm willing to jump through any window, no matter how high on the flunked out floor I chose to pay my esoteric rent working at Babylon to be in. So the more you want to be on the top floor in esoteric Babylon apartment, that means in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension, the more your ego is, your narcissism is, how much you try to control things to go your way behind closed doors, your narcissism and stuff. So that means you jump higher, and the higher you jump, the harder you fall. Now in this esoteric world, you pay your rent, you work for the esoteric Babylon, but you rather have your apartment on the top floor somewhere. So that's probably another reason that you probably ain't paying attention to, but it's another premise to why you ain't taking no window jump through gates. And why wouldn't even God close one? You cry to God for him to open it back up, just for you to not still be sure and still be timid and still need other clarity and surety in your life. And then that leads you into just being a hater in some way. You're gonna end up hating on somebody, your grandma, somebody else's grandma in the neighborhood somewhere. And you're gonna pick anything as one of the reasons why you're in your situation. Grandma had that Christianity your whole life. Your way of going against it now ain't for God. Your way of going against it now is, oh God, the reason why I'm in this situation because grandma always had this Christianity and stuff like that. Then you get on the internet and invert some real knowledge, like people like my channel and stuff like that, then invert it into fake woke. Then you think whoever I'm talking about is your grandma. So now you got this weird fart cloud energy you give your grandma going to her crib all the time, when you supposed to be the powerful spirit, to be the more adult one, to know that it don't matter what human you're around that's flunked out in and what older body that they physically in, trapped in as a spirit. You're supposed to be the one that's in authority over the situation and make their mind more easier. Whether you're disagreeing or agreeing, you're supposed to have the ability to come to all walks of life and someone to be able to look at you like you special. And if you can't do that, you need a little bit more shadow work. And you one of the issues and adding on to it in all the events that's playing out with all parties. So you ain't no better being somewhere on your tablet computer or your phone getting wet, inverting real spirituality into fake woke, and think people like me is talking about your grandma when really you adding the same kind of energy, just on a different side of it. See what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the one that, if you ain't powerful enough that you could convert grandma, you the more powerful enough one to know how the conversation to go, and you could be in control of that behind closed doors to make sure it never go down a route where lines have to be blurred, where you have to develop a negative thought and feeling on grandma just based upon y'all religion or something like that. If you ain't the most powerful, if you ain't as powerful to get it down to that, at least be a little bit powerful to know how to control a situation where you separate your bias, or you must got something to prove too. You must be adding on to something too. You adding just as much as percentage level to them to get over something with your secret power seeking energy as being a narc and shit. Like, that's how it play out. You got to look in the mirror to know when you might be participating with these energies. Because look, the shadow government created the whole world. So based upon their indoctrinations and stuff like that, this how they got with the program for themselves, for them to even be in a position that they in. So every now and then you'll be doing some shit for crumbs that's not really for you, that really only works for them. But the reason why it seemed like it's normal and it's the right thing to do, because y'all all humans anyway. So of course there's going to be some gifts and curse and everything, where there's certain disciplines like in the Bible and stuff like that that help you persecute in your life, protect you from narcissists and stuff like that. So I ain't gonna say just to outright throw away and burn the Bible. It's real good gifts and talents because you learn it from another individual who bleeds just like you. So learn how to cherry pick the right way, so you're not arguing for or against something through the lens of a bias. You actually understanding something, it is what it is, and you know how to utilize it for yourself, such as the individual who created that concept in the first place for themselves. And therefore, this is how we can each one teach one and all be passed down the law, so we not coming to no disagreements and things of that nature. And I'm gonna start adding people. Let me run down the astrology real quick. You know what I'm saying? I just be doing spiritual cleansing. I switch energies, I switch shifts. On this channel, PBS, we going straight in, backing off of the astrology energy. So this takes a little different from the energy I was into earlier. So it's about breaking all that down to build that up to make sure when we start to break things down clearly, our mind is in the right place also. For an example, you could be in a circumstance under your parents' relationship, going to jail or something like that, and somebody make you angry. It could be something that you do every day in your life that you enjoy yourself, but you might not be able to be invested into it that day based upon a distraction of some angry energy. So take that and place that into all scenarios of life, even vibrations. You always want to set it with the vibration. So people come in and experience the vibe. Other than that, if I walk into a party and it's a whole bunch of people in the corner, whole bunch of people with their hoods on in front before I even walk in and things of that nature, and pay somebody's drunk auntie $1 and things of that nature, right? I'm already going to feel weird and feel like this ain't the party to be because I don't feel the what? Vibe. Get what I'm saying? So it's all about producing, constructing the vibe, and that also makes you the more spiritual adult. And this is how you even create manifestations and materializings in ways you never thought would come to you in your favor in your actual life. God able to use you as a vessel for all kind of things. And a lot of these things you manifest will be things that look like you want and need. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be getting in that balance and that fairness energy, getting into the concept of, so let me go ahead and run this down real quick. So, the people that I'm adding, y'all automatically know what we're getting into. Also, what house you got Libra in, and we dialogue about that, because that's going to be the area that we're going to be self-aware in and going to be reacting and responding into circumstances, to see how we need to persevere without getting flunked out in all these current events that we're experiencing in our lives. Got something to do with something that goes against our favor. You know what I'm saying? So it's about acting these energies out. And remember, the stars may not always align. Especially, look, the moon going into Libra. I'm a sun Aries. So the stars is not aligning for my actions and how I view things. So there may be certain actions and how I express myself that I have to put depth to. I have to express as above, so below. Even if my Aries chakra, solar plexus, sun sign itself be like, no, we could be ourselves. And even if we manifest things that go in our favor, that'd be our spiritual mouth being bigger than our spiritual immune system and stomach. And you get too greedy, so that monetary gain looked like it was good at first, but whatever you accumulated from it is things you wish you haven't. So that's how it play out when you meet the same shadow priest of accumulating than someone who lack. Now, I know I have to act it out, the as above, so below, but it might be a little harder for me than others because I got to put shade to something. I have to fall back from something. Keyword, fall. I have to fall back from something. Now, based upon me being an astrologer and an alchemist, I know how to do this down to the detail as an alchemy. So for the most part, me just knowing the surface level, the sun is in an opposite position from me, I can get into the detail. Okay, what is the opposite position for me? Air. Okay, then it's cardinal air. Okay, then it's going to be in the moon. So there's some action or views that I express from myself that I got to put in the darkness because it may throw someone else off, whether they're Libra or not, emotionally. It may throw somebody I attracted off in my life off emotionally. The representation I'm expressing may be completely, keyword, y'all, 180 degree opposite to how somebody feel that I'm trying to connect balance with, and I might be the cause of unfair situation or a situation that might make me look like I'm selfish at the matter. Based upon me knowing that, now it don't matter if I'm doing something actually good. I know I have possibilities to still do no good through the eyes of someone else. So it's going to be up to me to be the spiritual wise one to know who to participate with at this time and who not to, for I won't suffer or put no blood on someone else's hands, so I could be the lens through them when they watching things to feel like they're suffering, and I'm the example to why they're suffering. You see what I'm saying? Because it's always teamwork makes the dream work. Then that makes me miss things that I didn't have to experience, being wise, and jump right into the area of knowing how to adjust my actions in a better way of areas that I might meet opposition and make it look a lot more better so it don't reach no completely head-on collision. And therefore, once that day pass, I get all kind of benefits. Now, God giving you in the universe, giving you benefits play out like you obtaining abilities to be able to materialize and accumulate based on what you went through and your reputation. But it ain't what you do, is how you did it. So that alignment and how you adjusted yourself through that alignment play out as you doing something that don't look so negative to someone and they was willing to support also. You know what I'm saying? That goes to family, friends, associate, all the way to your family member will support you going to get that college degree, and they might be a little upset because you're not going what they went to college for, but they're still able to show you charity, other than someone who's just extremely rebellious but don't even plan on going to either or having their own decision and think somebody that's supposed to cater to their thoughts and feelings that don't matter, that they're not putting into action. Therefore, your parent don't give a fuck what kind of situation you in. They're gonna look at you like Bill Cosby and be like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Whatever you getting ready to say. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind. That's spirituality. So you might be squaring, you might be opposing, like me in some area. Might not just be your actions. It might be Venus. You might got Venus in Aries. So for the most part, you would have to do that when you have to attack your love language. And it's not just Libra. Look at all the planets. Look at all the alignments. See what everything that's going on right now. And it puts you in a certain space of knowing how to get with the program. Oh, life got a certain like instruction to it. Once you start learning the instructions every day, man, life, even bullshit ass situations get exciting. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't wait, because you already know what you're doing. You already know the outcome. So you're like, I can't wait to transmute some energy. You actually get upset when too many mundane situations going on. And you would like negative situations to go in your favor, but you don't even mind negative, because you know the way you transmuting it for God, push it into something your favor. And that situation was needed for you to even be in that next position, to be around more stuff to go in your favor, or like-minded individuals, so you can help them go make things go in their favor also. Thank you so much for the donation, Mooney Mercury, baby. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. That's the men of the soul group. Anytime you're in a situation where you're in some type of reciprocity or something like that, and it seems like it's hard for each individual to fully participate with the other person's program in some way, shape, or form, that's how y'all started the relationship. So that's bubbling up. And every other thing that y'all started the relationship based upon the shadow government start fading away. Like the lust, the sex, the security, who had the car, who had the roof over their head, all that stuff, who had the job, all that stuff start wearing off. And it's like, okay, what we about to do with these things? And when y'all can't find that, that becomes a spiritual ship that y'all didn't start the relationship on. It's always ended up being a downfall after that. You need to keep that in mind. Thank you so much for the donation, New Diamond. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. And we're going to be dealing with all this energy right now with the moon being in Libra. So peep gang, I'm just giving y'all the context before we fully go deep into it and I start adding individuals. Thank you so much for the donation, Nancy Limber, Electrical Aura. I appreciate that from the bottom. I hate that name too. You know what I'm saying? So you might even develop frustrating ways of relating, because it's not always dealing with our relationships. You might got siblingships, you might got associationships and stuff like that. So it's always a yin and yang, a masculine and feminine to all contexts. When we deal with the seventh house energy or Libra energy and things of that nature, there's an external and an internal way, right? The external way is how well you're able to take your insides and relate to other individuals and make it a relating situation, not an unfair one, right? That's how you relate. But it's also dealing with the internal representation, your relationships, people you have already attracted in your life. And every now and then we get lost in that representation of explanations more than the other one. Your seventh house is how you relate to. It's not just your relationships. So you always get wet off. Astrologers talk about the seventh house or Libra energy or tarot cards once they start to get into the seventh house. No, it's also about how you relate. Remember, the houses is not always what you do. It's the area of life you experience things, regardless of a zodiac being that actual sign. The events and the clashes that y'all create with each other create the event, and the situation itself be that elemental energy. It either be a spicy situation, fire. Either be a situation where the emotions have to be dealt with and it get kind of sticky, icky, water. Either be a situation where logic got to be at hand, air. Or it might be a situation where something productive or grounded, all right, Pep, or something grounded or sustainable have to be utilized, where feelings can't be involved, too much logic can't even be involved. We got to start doing it, or at least come to a practical decision. And it can't be too spicy, where you and your feelings and stuff like that, and we causing too much separation, because that's too much melting and a bridge will be burnt. That's when air have to be involved and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's when earth have to be involved, not air. Earth, practicality, something stable. So anytime you join a relationship, always sit back, if you watch my channel, and look at the elements that's being accumulated in whatever situation that you in. And therefore, you'll be able to size up the percentage level of, is this something you should participate with or not, from a mile away? Whether it look like something that you could get a monetary gain out of at the moment, something lying to you at the moment, making it seem like it's for you, or something that you know it ain't for you, but you're just lost into that desire and overindulging at the moment. But for the most part, if you're able to adjust yourself and see things from a mile away, it can protect yourself from things that you ain't even have to go through, and be the food through the lens of someone else's eyes who are learning something at the moment through their lives, developing wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So right now we got some extreme balancing to do in the next 10, 9 hours, or however the case may be. So, you know, you want to make sure you're not planting no bad seeds right now. So I don't give a fuck if you feel guilty, negative, or whatever like that, based upon expressing a certain, thank you so much for the donation, Nancy. Oh, I think I seen it. Right. You feel this way for a reason. So as a spirit, you're not supposed to give more importance to the thought and feeling. You're supposed to be looking at it like God making me pay attention and be aware of it right now. And every time I'm being aware of something, I'm accumulating the first element, fire. So that means God is giving me the idea to fire to separate from something. And it might be the thought and feeling that you don't want to separate from at the moment. And that might be the situation that God is taking you through to be aware of you getting out of a flunked out rut and things of that nature. So that's how you have to understand it too when you're on a battle for God. Oh, I'm about to say. When you in pardon me, when you in a mission for God and stuff like that, and it be for a reason. So as a spirit, you're not supposed to give more importance to the thought and feeling. You're supposed to go ahead and express it. Don't hold on to it. It becomes heaviness, and it manifests as your circumstances, people, places, and things, and that's you planting bad seeds into the other moon, right? For an example, right? You might got a sun, moon, or ascendant in Gemini, Sag, or Pisces, right? So it might be something that the moon in Virgo needs us to do that you're not comfortable with doing, and you're trying to find a way that's more comfortable for you to doing. Now, if you ain't into astrology, you're not looking at it that way. But this is the situation that you're getting met with at the moment. Now, it's going to be up for you to go through this test and pass it. If you give more importance in your way of trying to construct it based upon who you manifested in your life and their feelings and heart and stuff like that, you're not going to get ready to accumulate or be no vessel to change somebody else's opinion about something. Or willing to go through that goes through those situations of negative and positives, so that can even be the outcome. So you can be in a space that God could put you in for the right people, places, and things that separate you in time before you meet a destruction of it and stuff like that. Right? So for the most part, you need to be aware of all these goddamn energies. Hold on, I had another point. Oh shit. I had another point. You're not gonna get ready to accumulate or do this test and pass it. Hold on, because I had it comfortable for you to do it. Now, if you ain't into astrology, you're not looking. Go back a little bit more. And Gemini, Sag, or Pisces, right? So it might be. Oh, the square signs. Okay. Yeah. So for the most part, here's the thing. You might feel uncomfortable with reacting and responding in your kind of way of the energy that is forcing us to do at the moment, with the moon being in Virgo. So your way of being practical with being a Sag, especially with the moon, but any sign, right? But the moon is there, but it could be sun, moon, and ascendant. So it might affect your moon first, or affect the actual signs of that moon element, of the sign of the moon. But it's sun, moon, and ascendant all get affected. And as a Sag, you may try to come up with some wise way of expressing something that actually supposed to make sense, and something that you're supposed to express to make somebody else worry about. And your way of doing it may be more in a Sagittarius way, just you planting bad seeds. If you are a Pisces, you may try to react or respond to something that's supposed to be reality based and force somebody else to think about their work, health routine, or you're supposed to be doing that yourself. And you may come up with a more Pisces way to do that comfortable. So you may not say something as harshly to someone who need it, or you may not want to hear somebody saying something harsh to you, or you might not be as productive. You might come up with another way of thinking that this is better to take care of this responsibility. You get ready to plant a bad seed. If you are a goddamn Gemini, right? And based upon the moon being in Virgo, right? You might be thinking that, okay, I need to communicate, but just share a lot of ideas that deal with productivity and things that we need to worry about. But give a lot of ideas about how we don't need to worry about it that deep, but give a lot of ideas. And you're getting ready to plant bad seeds, because you're going to put yourself and others on a bad path about a whole bunch of stuff that kind of makes sense, because you share Mercury with the moon, and make people feel comfortable about all these ideas that's not necessarily grounded, practical. All these thoughts, air, that's not practical, earth. And then for the most part, we might do a bunch of things that didn't make sense, didn't make money and stuff like that. And then that's how the Gemini may play this energy out, just due to the fact of this alignment don't play out as negative as others, because they share the same planetary ruler, which is Mercury. And that's Virgo and Gemini. So I'm trying to give y'all a healthy perspective when you go outside and stuff like that, and how to play the game. That's the game. Like, that's the game. And every time you win, you manifest something that was productive, whether it's an ability or an accumulation from the ability. Every time you lose, you manifest you planted a bad seed energy. You having to deal with something you accumulated from a previous moon, but you got to use the moon energy where it's at now to deal with it. So you can't even accumulate the full potential of where the moon and the phase is at now, because you're dealing with that energy to take care of old shit that you had no business doing that. You see what I'm saying? And you could play catch up. But once a person starts falling, victimizing themselves in their life, they end up playing catch up with planets beyond fast moving, fast changing, and quick getting back on your feet energies. They end up playing catch up with planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto. A lot of people playing catch up right now with Pluto. God damn, you in a flunked out self situation right now. All kind of tower moments. You know what I'm saying? All kind of tower moments. You know what I'm saying? So you got to persevere right now. It's a deep doo-doo game right now. And if you don't know how to get with the program, you're going to be lost. But this is one of the ways to get with the program, which we get ready to do right now before I start acting. Now, for the most part, yeah, we got the sun in Gemini and we got the moon getting ready to go in Libra. You know, that's airheaded energy. Now, you already know that's airheaded energy. Now, we're going to be airheaded when it comes to our actions, reactions, and there's going to be a small subsidiary energy when it comes to the cusp of Pluto that kind of makes this a grand trine. You know what I'm saying? And since Pluto is so far away based upon the energetic influences, you can go ahead and chalk it up and say it is a grand trine. So we're going to have a grand airhead trine. You know, and I just know grand air trine. Grand air head bubblegum blue raspberry flavor strawberry watermelon lime flavor candy heads energy in the world right now, so y'all keep that in mind. So you can make a lot of mistakes during this particular time based upon who you're communicating with, the ideas that you come up with on your mind and think that's the right thing to do, and end up being flunked out based upon actually following through with those decisions. So you might end up allowing some form of mind chatter to get you all rocked to sleep and things of that nature, thinking that you all wet and you emotionally connecting with some form of fairness and balance with an individual or place or thing or family member, again, or something like that. Because there's a lot of reciprocity. No, reconciliation energy going on. So there can also be a lot of energy where airheaded energy just leads you into reconciliating and things of that nature with a family member, friend, associate, co-worker, and stuff like that, where you start to feel better during this particular time. But the airheaded energy that the trine 120-degree Moses energy that the moon start to give to the sun and start putting you in a situation where you end up becoming airheaded and doing a lot of things that you might feel regretful for, and you might feel like you made a mistake tomorrow and the day after that. And be like, dang, I gave this person the benefit of the doubt I shouldn't. Dang, I communicated something I shouldn't. Damn, I told somebody's business I shouldn't. Damn, I opened my mouth and told my business I shouldn't. And now I don't feel like I should have, because this person is showing me characteristics that they might be telling my business to someone else now in this moon phase. Now you have to play catch up. You have to do some shit where the moon at now to catch up on some shit you dealing with that you accumulated from a moon ago. Told somebody your business. Now your business getting spread underneath a new moon cycle, and you got to do it in that way in order to plant some. Now you can't even accumulate no new stuff with the moon. You see what I'm saying? You see how life do you? How you did yourself. So for the most part, we got the sun in Gemini, moon in Libra. So it's going to put you into a situation where, you need to react and respond to your relationships and how you relate to others. How you relate to others is external. How you deal with your relationships is the internal version of it. So if you got a flunked out way of relating to others externally, don't be expecting no good relationship you can attract in your personal life, that first and seventh house energy, that you can have some good correspondence and a good relationship in your life. The relationship you get is how you relate to others. How you treat others is how you get that energy back, even in areas that's focused in other areas that you want things to go in your favor. That play out as baggage and bleed over. And if you're not doing enough shadow work, this is why your morality is all messed up. To know that. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be attracted to people who just like you and be thinking it's their fault and you in a wrong relationship at the moment. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. You attracted a mirror just at a different space and time, and that spirit was in a different location, so they're playing out those characteristics in their kind of way. And the way that they do it every now and then could blind you, or you could see it a mile away. But for you to even attract that person and be in their space, you must be in the same location spiritually. And if you come online talking about I've been seeing demons and stuff like that, Archangel Uriel know where you was at. Me and God know where you was at. It was nowhere near us. Oh, Sam, real. I'll tell you that, right? It was real far, far away in a land far, far away. That some other shadow government that live around that area with you. They was just able to make a blockbuster hit movie and stuff like that and get all y'all wet and eardrums melted and eyeballs melt and have mental orgasms, and they call it Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff like that, and drop a new edition every year like new Jordans. New edition issue every year, like Jordans. So I don't care if you like it or not. You a Star Wars fan. You make sure you support. As soon as we walk in your crib, your whole household decorated, windows, everything, window sills, birdies and stuff, like all Star Wars characters and Star Wars toys. So you ain't gonna tell me the shadow government ain't sitting back like, yeah, our witchcraft work. I actually went in somebody's house before and things of that nature. That's all I seen everywhere. And I ain't had nothing to say about it because they had a nice orderly fashion and stuff like that. I can't talk about it, especially if you got the money enough to invest in that like that. Because a Star Wars man toy next to a wrestler toy is unimaginable. I'm saying that Star Wars dude gonna be about $1,500 and stuff like that with a little weak material and stuff like that. Next to the little combat kid that ain't got no trademark, no copyrights and stuff like that. It was only like $3 and stuff. You can buy your kid. Probably won't even be at the store you see Star Wars at. You probably won't even see Star Wars in a section when you be going to Walmart and stuff like that and trying to buy toys at Christmas stuff. You probably don't even see that, or the little smack monkey ones and stuff like that the kids just play in the tub, and it might end up getting the little sink and shit draining stuck and stuff. Now you got to pay for a plunger and stuff because your kid don't want to take a bath without no toys and stuff, and you too cheap to buy the real official one, so they be small enough to go down the drain and stuff like that. Then now you gonna try to blame it on your kid. That's a kid. I'm trying to blame him on no shit. That's a kid. You going to hell. That. Pay that money to get that pipe cleared so you can wash your ass too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you have to pay for all kind of piping systems. A little toy gets stuck down a little piping system and stuff because you was too cheap to buy a little $1,500 Star Wars Mace Windu. I'm saying Luke Skywalker version, like lightsaber X+2 Super Saiyan version. I'm saying real stuff. That one will never go down a drain. I'm saying real stuff, and the superhero might soak in water and the color on it and never fade off or nothing. Good metal material and stuff like that. Well, I'm saying that toy for the rest of their life. Put it up on auction on eBay when they grow up. No, I'm saying that alone to pay for their college plan. You know what I'm saying? You didn't touch your kid, good discipline and stuff. Kept their little toys, comic books. I'm saying little Barbie dolls and stuff that's worth millions later on in life when the shadow government don't know how to remake something like that because it was made in the 90s. So they don't know how to do it again. So that stuff ended up worthing just as much as like little baseball cards and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, football cards and stuff. Football had Arnold cards. And Helga and all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Fitzgerald. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Then you like got your whole way of paying for your college tuition and stuff like that because you kept the little G.I. Joe He-Man character and stuff like that, the $1,500 Star Trek machine. Real stuff that wasn't cheap enough to go down the drain. Real stuff. See, people got to be smart, the parent and the children. You go cast stones at your children. That's a child. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Real stuff. Because all your flunked out self do is grow up, and that's like 95% of your trauma. Somebody who did that to you. So you should not be doing that to no kids, not whether they're yours or not. Oh, yeah. When I was coming up, my mama rolled down the steps and when I was in her arms. I was saying, oh, yeah. When I was coming up, my mama was next to that little dumpster next to the building that Tupac was writing about with Brenda had a baby. I'm saying that's all we hear y'all humans talk about in today's time, like stuff like that. So why would you want to take somebody through that same shit? I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Why you want to take somebody through that same shit? Real stuff. Instant oil candlesticks, you know what I'm saying? $59.95. Get from Hebrew Israelite YouTube. But yeah, we got the moon and Libra. Let me go ahead and run this down. You got the moon and Libra too by itself. So we get ready to react and respond to our relationships and how we relate to others. So you want to make sure you relate to others the way you want to be related to. Maybe your relationship would be better. Little flunked out spirits, a little parakeet bird. You know what I'm saying? Little jump out with no parachute, neck face, and I'm in front of that. Ooh, pardon me. Also, moon and Libra in conjunction Mercury and Taurus. Now they both share their depositor Venus and Cancer. So, right now, if you're a Taurus or a Libra, you might feel a little lazy right now. But all of us going to misunderstand how to react and respond to our love matters at this moment in a stable or structure or in a productive way. And since the depositor is in Cancer, we might make the excuse that it don't match our comfort zone. It might got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with your comfortability. You just somewhere lying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just somewhere flunked out. That's it. So you might call yourself a spiritualist. You might call yourself an astrologer. Call yourself a conscious communicator or a tarot card reader. So no, you just as flunked out as the audience you attract. I'm saying real stuff. You just as damaged as the audience you attract. So real stuff. Real stuff. No goddamn sweaty ass apartment room. All right, now let's check this out. Also, or household or mansion or whatever the case may be. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of the hand. That's the reality of the goddamn hand. Let's all take it to the top. We're going to the top of the mountain. We're getting to the Billy Goat. Top of the mountain, Capricorn energies. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Now look, check this out, right? We also got moon in conjunct Uranus and Taurus. You know what I'm saying? So we may all also have a misunderstanding on how to gain emotional comfortability with changes going on right now. And we might force it to make it seem like it got something to do with love matters or something like that, because both their depositors is Venus. So we're gonna misunderstand whether we should communicate or spend a little money or be a little practical or something like that, or do something for the love of love, not even for money. We're gonna be doing these things for the sake of love in some way, shape, or form. Some flunked out energy that might make you end up in jail or get cheated on or something like that, or break up somebody's happy home. That's why I'm scared. I don't even know if I'm looking for love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people's versions of love is weird nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So my version of love is fun. That's where I find love, where it's fun. Anywhere God said, make a version of where you think you're gonna find something. And I pieced it up to make something simple, because Aries got to make something simple before we go deep. And when we go deep, we might not never go to the fresh air again. Anything depressed and downing and stuff like that, there's no relationship there. There's no school there, nothing. Anything fun, UFO, just like you and stuff like that, there's a school there. There might be like a whole community of children. It's like, oh, it ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. So God said, look at that. Don't care. And you bet not jump into expectations. You ain't no human. So I'm not allowed to look at specific people, places, and things. I'm only allowed to look at the energy. And if a specific person, place, or thing play out those energies, that's God right there. So I still ain't looking at the person. I'm just looking at God. I'm like, okay, God, this vessel and stuff like that. And that's okay. Now I'm on the right path now. I feel real good adrenaline pumping, heart Peter Pan, Spider-Man shit. Real shit. Like when I was talking to God, like God made me feel so much better after that conversation. I'm like, man, why do I gotta go back out and talk to humans again? Like I started questioning stuff like that. Like I started thinking again, like, why do I gotta go back to humanity and talk again? I started questioning, like, hold on, what am I doing again? How good that conversation was. Like, I almost didn't want to leave, but God started looking at me like I'm lazy or something like that. So I was like, all right, yeah, I remember. But after a while, I just started questioning, like, okay, this sounds all good. Why I gotta go back down there again? I'm saying real stuff. Real stuff. I'm saying I be having real good conversations. Real good conversations. Me and God be having real good conversations. You know what I'm saying? But I like that good knowledge God gave me. Like, yeah, just look at that. You bet not look at a specific person, place, or thing at the start. Just look at these energies. I gave out my critter hands first. And I started looking at with the two marbles he had in his hand first. And I was like, wait a minute, no homo, pause. He was like, no, this ain't got nothing to do with that. And I was like, oh, those realms of those spheres of reality. So then when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I got to separate it. This sphere of reality, this one is fun. Okay, that love and schools and buildings, all in that one. Okay, this sphere, this bubble right here, if I jump in this one, is depression, dope, Homer Simpson, and Lisa Simpson, Bart Simpson, all them, Mars Simpson energy. All right, okay, don't go to that one. And okay, now I got the game sold up now. I'm straight. I don't need no specific person, place, or thing. I just look at the bubbles from a distance. Then when I start getting closer to that bubble that I'm going towards, it'll start looking like people, places, and things inside of it. But God said, start there first, child. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Real stuff. That's it. It don't go no further than that. So anybody like think too hard and all depressing energies already always second eye, they ain't no fun in that area. That person leading the blind, even if they is online and they're an astrologer or tarot card reader or something like that. Especially if I come across them or something like that and I get some weird energy where I know for a fact some smack monkey in they real city or real estate or something like that, they're gonna have to be satisfied with that. And I ain't nothing but some regular old man getting ready to tell you something that they don't know, they ain't got nowhere near compared to Uriel. So it's just settling because smack monkeys is insecure and narcissistic. And I'm starting to think online content creators and astrologers and tarot card readers and spiritualists that's females might be more damaged, might be even more damaged than the individuals that they attract. I don't have me start thinking that. I'm starting to think that though a little bit. I don't know why, but God gave me that spirit because I was being a wolf. And God put a lot of blockages for me, like made me have throat chakra blockages and made me not do it as hard, like made me stop a little bit. And I was like, why is that? Then I went back and had another conversation with God too. I'm like, God, you don't want some of these tarot card readers getting some tarot cards flipped on their butt and stuff like that? Like, what's going on, God? Why you stopping me or something like that? And God was like, yeah, some of these people are even more damaged than the people that they're attracting. Sit back, observe. Yeah, so I had to fall back a little bit. I had to stop being a wolf in that area and then be a little bit more free again before I direct all my eggs in one basket and stuff like that and be like, wait a minute, yeah, you're right. So God started giving me other signs. God started giving me fart clouds that God was like, look, this would have happened. What had happened is this. You would end up in somebody's situation or something like that, right? And a person to start second eyeing you and calling you a devil or calling you a demon. But I had you here before them. So it'd be fake woke through them. But this is their way of being spiritual. And these are people who probably alone or something like that already. This is so extreme damage, but figured out a way to help them self energy. You don't have no place in people like that life. And when I seen that and God told me that, I'm like, dang. And then that was another reason why I had to stop too. I was like, oh yeah, some of these people on here just rocking other people to sleep. And I might need to start attacking them kind of people too. You know what I'm saying? Because God want me to eradicate all false energies online that probably rock other people to sleep. And the world is where it's at now. We ain't got time for that. Archangel Uriel. You can love me or hate me. You doing any wrong that got something to do with God or spirituality, it will get eradicated. I don't care how much ducats it was getting your flunked out ass. I'm saying real shit. If they don't look like it's helping the world or helping something change, what is you talking about? Last time I checked, this is what we all supposed to be talking about. You ain't about to secretly use that as a narrative to talk about that. You ain't about that in real life, though. Nah, hell nah. Get your ass. I need all that. I'm sad guru. I'm sad. I don't need no false people in my way. I don't need no false people in my way. That's my problem. That's the issue right now. Me being too heartwarming, heart welcoming. It almost made me feel. It almost created another weird cloud. Half of these people might already watch me secretly. So just the mere fact of I might pop up with that check is almost like before anything, a person got to think, oh, let me go back and look at all my other videos. He probably think I took this from him or I took that. Then that's already, that right there shows me a female astrologer or tarot card is more damaged than even the people they're attracting. They got more blockages than people they attracting if they looking at me like that. Now that's an issue too. That's an issue where you might secretly watch me. And then this is another reason where if I pop up somewhere, this was another reason God probably stopping me. If I was to pop up, a motherfucker have to second question me on my intent. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's a small percentage level of exposing energy. You secretly watch me. I just vicariously pop up and show you I watch you. You got to reevaluate your videos before you even think about what you be telling other people they got to wait for 6 months later. Get the fuck offline. Yeah, we gonna run it. I'm about to get. I'm going in. This gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year for Archangel Uriel. The more I ain't got no school, the more you humans gonna get this sweat. I'm changing the world, bitch. Yay. Out of all that. Oh, I said real shit, bro. Communities and stuff and circumstances and foundations. As soon as I start taking shit, as soon as I start talking shit, that's when the views want to go up. You niggas say shit. You humanity ain't shit. God damn, humanity ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All kind of flaming swords. Take that one and flip it between your ass crack. Oh, said make sure it's the food card. You know what I'm saying? Real motherfucking shit, bitch. It's a real man on earth. Moon square Venus. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn Cancer. So we're going to be reacting and responding to our love life, things we need to learn. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn about our love language and they ain't going to always be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Your twin flame soulmate ain't always going to match your system. Ain't always gonna match your moral system and the geometrical curse that your parents and grandparents and aunties got. You know what I'm saying? So you probably create all kind of weird blockages right now because something don't look like the few blocks that in your mind you only know. You think that's the world and stuff like that. And to the rest of the world, it's not the few blocks. And when you went up the store and finally got older to get a driver's license and you could drive to that store now, that's as much as you know. You in them 4 blocks. You don't get to tie that to whole life circumstances and spectrums and stuff, and your circumstance and expectation of who your man or woman gonna come in your life. You just GMO at this point now. Say you just red pill, blue pill, purple pill, teenage mutant ninja green turtle pill. You old turtle wax on the cars, Earl Shine neck face. Real stuff. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Hey, I will never lead you on a path. Uriel, don't pander. That's pandering. When somebody panhandling and pandering, that's pandering. You know what I'm saying? Because they panhandling using their pandering systems. And then anytime a person wake up real fast and scratch their head, like, wait a minute, I could have went in an encyclopedia and knew what the word monkey called too. Then that's when you know somebody told you liberation and all this stuff, and incense stick was part of helping some community. It had nothing to do with your gifts and talents having anything to do with it. Your gift and talents is working at Taco Bell and making sure they can make some more candles. They had no way of your expertise of flipping tacos, and they can give you an ability that y'all can make some tacos and you ain't got to work at Taco Bell no more. They got the idea if they're a man to change the world, or if they're a female supporting something to make the world look like, okay, I'd rather flip tacos for that than that. Or other than that, it'd never be no such thing as you going to the county fair or something like that, and people got those big little league concession stands, RVs and stuff like that, making a killing. That money ain't going towards no McDonald's or something like that. You just went about a steak hoagie. You just went about a goddamn sausage, hot dog, lettuce, papers, and tomatoes on top of it, sausage hoagie and stuff like that. Man, I went into the pockets of that family. I'm saying that pocket ain't go to McDonald's or nothing like that. What you thought? So that's this crumb area. Think about it. You got a little community. You got real men that it don't matter what they doing. They might create something like a car lot or something like that, but they so spiritually inclined, they can put their car lot logo on shirts and stuff and tell people we sell hot dogs now, and be rich in those areas and have females to cook the meal. And then that's how they do the stuff. And then now the females got all kind of new grandma soul food type goddamn menu plans and stuff like that. Before you know it, you started just by being a real man, starting something that ain't had nothing to do with other things, but you changed the world to look like you. So it don't matter what you do, it still benefit. That's what it means. If you was confused and thought whatever I'm saying is pseudo. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? For an example, I'm Dolo. I've been doing this myself for so long, so I don't even got to say nothing. Y'all already can see me as, oh, flight teacher, oh, flight musician, oh, flight actor, oh, y'all already see that. So I'm just trying to create the community that we all do that. I might got a hard time getting with a community that actually do it, but every now and then, you know what I'm saying, I still jump down and try. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it's about. So for the most part, let's say I ain't really got time to be selling a shirt, because I might be doing a reading, or I might be doing some music, or I might be selling other things like in real life and how I conduct myself and put myself in situations, right? Whoever my partner or people around me or whatever like that, okay, that's theirs. But if it's our logo we building, it's coming to us from the outside in. From the inside out, everybody got their piece. We got the people who sell the hot dogs in the building. We got the people who do the health department in the building. We got the people who got the clothes in the building. We got the people who got the teachers in the building. You get what I'm saying? Now, in my mind, I can't be who I am and be you for you too. And when I say things like that, I don't want the chat to feel like I'm talking about the chat. I'm speaking about the whole world. I'm here for everybody in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to attract any individuals anymore that's no, they can't ever be in a position whether they know about me or not. And then it's a weird energy where they have to become a troll because they think that I'm saying something and they're not doing it. I don't even know how you're supposed to be looking at me like a stranger, low-key. I don't know how I became your esoteric brother or something like that. I ain't all that. When I be saying what I'm saying, man, the person who's sitting next to me or who was sitting next to me could catch a fence way faster. People who know me in real life, and like, so in my mind, because I'm hard in that area already. So sometimes I be having to draw back when it comes to a few strangers that become trolls at time, and having to lower my energies down at times and stuff like that, just to let people understand again, like, wait a minute, like, dude, my meanings of doing things is because of my spiritual path. It don't have nothing, that don't necessarily have anything to do with the chat, what I'm trying to do, or nothing from what I've seen beyond me being online and stuff like that. So every now and then I'll be having to reiterate that. I'm saying, I might sit up here and say something like I'm talking about, like I'm stressed out about a chick or something, or things of that nature. I'll say, yeah, a few females that catch offense to that, like they think I'll talk about them. And in my mind, I'll be like, wait a minute, we haven't even started no reciprocation of how I would start any kind of relationship in my real life for you to even think like that. You know what I'm saying? So why you think like that? Please don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. But yeah, we also got Moon square Moon in conjunct Saturn and Pisces. So, right, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So a lot of times we may go over an extreme and blame things on love, or blame things on individuals distracting us from things we love. And it may not have anything to do with that. It may just be a delusion. So we're going to have to peep game when it comes to Moon in conjunct Saturn. We're going to misunderstand how to gain emotional comfortability with our status, what we're seeing, how we're seeing, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. And you might not be seen in no way, but in your own heart, you might not be seen in the way you want to be seen. And you might do some extreme, complicated energies and create bridge burning situations during this particular time because that's not being seen. Be careful of that energy also, right? You got Moon sextile Lilith. Because let me start adding people. Moon sextile Lilith. Opportunities. The charge on. Opportunities to be embarrassed about your emotional stance on something like that. So you're gonna feel uncomfortable communicating and trying to gain balance and fairness with others because you think you're gonna set the stage to be embarrassed based upon some Seven of Swords or some type of Libra energy of communication that already is unbalanced. So you might feel embarrassed even trying to gain balance in a situation that needs to be rectified. Also, Venus trine Neptune. You know, we're gonna have this gift of loving and appreciating and valuing a delusion and making it seem like our relationships and our love matters and our love language have to be filtered through this energy. And the energy has to be, we think it has to be filtered through, is going to be Neptune and Pisces, a delusion. So be careful that you don't create a delusion in your mind, expecting that for you to only see an outcome of you joining into a relationship. You might be lost into a delusion and might not even manifest that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind also. Venus square Chiron and Aries, right? So for the most part, we're going to need to learn about our mistakes that we make based upon our passions, that when we're trying to find comfortable love matters and love languages in that area, and try to create some type of energy based upon the situation that we have to learn from to combine them. So we're going to have to make sure that we know how to adjust our way of going about love that has something to do with our passions, motivations, and desires. Or we're going to allow our passions, motivations, and our desires to destroy whatever person, place, or thing that we love that we're relating to at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Thank you so much for the donation. Phoenix 369. Appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. Real shit. Whole truth. Nothing but the truth in this niggity thing. Real. Okay, for real. So we got to understand the balance and what's going on. And then we're going to have to get prepared for the moon to be in Scorpio. So we have to make sure that we're not planting a whole bunch of bad seeds when the moon going to Libra. But you're not even going to have that possibility if you're planting a whole bunch of bad seeds right now with the moon being in Virgo. So with the moon being in Virgo, do your last pieces of catching up right now, aka react and respond and be extra aware to the things that you're responsible for, your security, stability, support, communicating, because it's still dealing with Mercury and stuff like that. And then make it look like Gemini, right? Make it look light. Like you're not too much in your emotions about stuff and things of that nature. Therefore, you're using the energy the way it's supposed to be used, no matter how hard it is, because you might got a sun, moon, or ascendant somewhere in Sagittarius, Pisces, or Virgo. So for the most part, when you're able to equivalate something, whatever that you're communicating as far as your actions through the filter system of Gemini, you're able to get it over that hump of that square 90-degree angle or that 180-degree opposition and play out the energies no matter how uncomfortable you feel, where God gonna put you in a situation faster than others for you to be comfortable, because whatever you accumulated and that little small process and experience you went through of uncomfortability was what you actually needed to reach a position that other people you assume realize just scared to go on that God mission to reach that point A to point B. What's that? Then you could get them all kind of holy testimonies and stuff like that to get them sized up to be like, okay, yeah, this must be what I need to do and not care about so much thoughts and feelings and make it more important than the matter at hand. Because thoughts and feelings is only important if you're going to use it. If you're somewhere trying to make it more important without no action behind it, without the ritual or spell behind that witchcraft, then it's useless. It can only build your adrenaline. It can only prevent your spirit to go in another place and do other things with your body that goes against whatever you want to go in your favor. So when you get a thought and feeling, it's meant to be expressed, negative or positive, because they're only confirmations of what you're getting ready to manifest physically. And if you don't do these things before it manifests physically, it's like you not jumping through that window gate. So whatever you didn't say, whatever you didn't do at the time you were supposed to do it, get ready to manifest as a situation of something that's you're responsible for that you wish you wasn't. Something that like play out as you being a cause of something that you wish you was just the effect of. Somebody taking advantage of you that you could have stopped it ahead of time if you just would have said something and did something at the time where when they started something that you start thinking that I wish I wouldn't even started it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people will start taking advantage of something that you shouldn't even started in the first place. As soon as you open the door for the person to know that it's possible to get that done through you, they might not stop doing that, even at times when you're tired of upholding that and having the door open in that area for this person. But you may have opened it so wide, it is, you even weird, and you will get blood on your hands, even closing the door a little bit. So the weird things you may do to make it seem like this person shouldn't come in is even when the door is open, it'll play out in 1, 2, and 3rd dimensions as you lying a lot and manipulating, and it's really you allowing this person to have mental authority over you, and you living your life around this person based upon this person not feeling a certain way from what they expect from you. Now you walking on eggshells, and then anytime you complete a day not having to walk on eggshells, you end up giving more importance to that day than any other day, when really it is all boils down to you was able to breathe one day because the person that's breathing down your chakra throat ain't around at the moment for you to have any pressure, and you can feel comfortable doing what you normally do on your own. But what fucking kind of life is that? And this is like a lot of lives that y'all live and things of that nature. That ain't no life. That's just you and God looking at you being a funked out spirit. Weak one too. So weak that your way of thinking you powerful is not having to be affected by another weak spirit. That really what you're actually showing the universe is you think this spirit more powerful than you. Where I don't care how much money or physical or spirituality a spirit got. You better know what I'm interested in. You better know how far you can go around me, or we got to get real acquainted. If you're a stranger and we're starting some type of relating correspondence in some way, you're going to get real acquainted real fast, like jail women rules in effect. And I got to express all my natures, even the ones you dislike, all on the table right now. So you can already know what to decide and what to don't decide, and how far you can go and how far you can go with me or not. Other than that, I'm planting bad seeds. I'm saying real stuff because I'm allowing stuff that I'm probably aware of to have possibilities of still being led down that road, because I'm thinking in my head, giving another human demon the benefit of the doubt that they may not go that route. But if I could see that as a possibility and I don't express that, even if we're not going down that route, as a spirit, I'm not supposed to care if a person like me or not, and I'm coming across a certain way. I'm protecting myself at the moment. And if that spirit don't even understand that, I goddamn it don't need to even be around them. We not on the same spiritual path, negative or positive, whether they manifesting more than me or not. I get it how I live, my way. And if it ain't meant to be, it just ain't, bitch. That's how close I am to God. Now, other than that, that's how it's supposed to be. But in a situation where you express yourself and others around you doing the same, or feel timid but willing to oblige themselves with yours, that let you know that you ain't got a whole no holds barred. Like old wrestling match, a cage match where they can use weapons and stuff, no holds barred. And therefore, that's how you develop any type of sufficient, genuine relationship, or any relationship you develop any otherwise. As soon as you start smelling, or the other person starts smelling their ass, it ain't going to start reaching that quota where y'all start to experience that to like 6, 9 months down the line. Then you really start seeing the things that you ain't like, that you couldn't see in it at the beginning. It'd be too late. And that was a false sense of anything. Y'all was just fucking because somebody had a roof over their head and someone else had the car and someone else had the job. That wear off though. Eventually, it don't matter how long a dick somebody is, how long dick they got, or how wet bitch pussy is, a WT and stuff like that. Eventually, that gets boring, and we ain't get ready to take that and be able to do that in a mansion together. Eventually, that get boring, and we ain't eventually get ready to have a big old backyard and stuff together and be able to do that. If we can't do that, enjoying ourselves and manifesting and materializing, I don't feel like doing that with you no more. Don't care how wet it is and how many men Megan Thee Stallion songs you listen to. And if you're a female, you need to be looking at a man like that too. Don't give a fuck how horse cap dick he got and kneecap, and now you got to go to surgery every time you fuck and stuff like that. So you can't leave him and stuff like that. You need to be looking at it like, hey, we can't do this eventually in a bigger backyard. I don't want to do that with you no more. I think Uriel on Earth now. think Uriel need help. Yeah, real stuff. I think I know why they took Uriel out the Bible, because Uriel don't discriminate against sex and stuff like that. Sarah, I mean, like, it's like a lot of deep stuff you got to start thinking about stuff in this world we in right now. There's synchronicities and vortexes and stuff. All right, we about to start adding people. No, I'm sad. I'm sad, real sad. I'm going down. That's like 3 nights and one of my kind. I ain't gotta make that money, man. Still the same. Don't get no same eyes.
What's up, Dolo?
Same old, same old. What you got for the astrological synchronicities in the skies and stuff like that?
Hey, I got my moon. My moon is in Virgo. It's in 11th house.
So you got Libra in the 12th. So you got Libra in the 12th house.
Hey, check this out, Dolo. My south node is in the Aries, so I wanna speak to you about that. My south node in Aries.
I'm really only questioning like where everybody got their Libra at. Where your house Libra at? That's like a free read.
Libra's north node. It's north node.
I'm about to have some females that do some readings too and stuff like that. So you gonna like hearing like ears. It's still my knowledge, but it's through a female voice and stuff. The eardrum, you gonna like hearing that and stuff like that. Them be able to tell readers. Believe me, I'm really take over the world then. But yeah, like for the most part, Libra house, you got that in the 12th house. So you about to start reacting and responding to your dreams, imagination, and fantasies, and you know, different positions you want to fuck your girlfriend in and all this kind of stuff. You know, hopefully it ain't too. It's just a delusion and it don't look possible on Earth. But it's always good to change up dreams and stuff like that and new positions and stuff and fantasies. I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? We running a real oil running machine. That's what you got to look out for. I'm saying that's what you got to look out for. I'm saying real stuff, new all kind of ways and fantasies and circumstances and stuff, and add new dreams and, you know what I'm saying, come up with new concepts before y'all get into it and stuff, like new ways of thinking. So whatever y'all get ready to manifest, y'all was in the same world. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you sleep in it, y'all might go to the same dream. Y'all know how like the dude went to another world and Constantine when he took that knife, or you know how like in that movie Silent Hill, how the world always changes stuff. Look at that like a dream, man. Look at your sexual partner. Like if let's say he just so happens y'all decide to have an idea on your mind, but y'all ain't trying to have sex. Y'all probably already had sex, but let's say y'all decide that he gonna sleep in it, right? Whether he's soft or not. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, y'all will go to the same dream and stuff too. I'm saying now, depending on what kind of dream y'all get ready to go to and stuff like that, because both of y'all thoughts and feelings gonna be connected, because y'all using y'all chakras to connect y'all organs, and y'all doing it the way we bring life down. So y'all gonna go to like the same dream world. Sometimes y'all end up in different areas, so y'all gotta find each other and stuff. But you probably got this person care on your mind as an intent, and they probably got you on their mind as an intent in their dream, just based off the physicality and stuff like that. And y'all can manifest all kind of different stuff. You could go see your child before y'all bring it down here. It'd be a spirit taking another form, and it don't always be in a form like y'all. Sometimes it take an animal form, a bug form, but that spirit inside of it is trying to transmute down here, so y'all could go meet y'all future children. And children isn't always physical children. Y'all have birth outside y'all head too. It become like y'all circumstances, y'all situations. So a child could be a business that y'all both be in on, something, a gift and talent y'all both start to manifest, and people start to support y'all in and stuff, and y'all get other partnerships and stuff like that that's into the same thing for y'all to have a big business together and stuff like that, the way the shadow government did it. Real stuff. What's going down? Okay, y'all looking familiar. Might as well have everybody.
Yo, what up, bro?
What's going down? Mysterio, you a troll?
Nah.
Oh, okay, let's get it.
Oh, what's the name? It's actually about like content creation and stuff. Like, how can I add on to the soul group? Because I'm trying to get stuff started.
Make content creation. You ain't got to be just like me though. You could do anything, whatever your gift and talent is. Then start going hard at it, and then me and you would join in like that. So wherever area you at, or wherever area I'm at, that's the goal. Us promoting that corporation. So we'd be all in each areas in the real way, not no fantasy way.
Yeah, because like I got a mini podcast going on, and like I started it and everything, but like I recently graduated, so I'm starting that back up. And like there was some delays and stuff because school and my environment and stuff. And like recently I just found a StreamYard, and this StreamYard stuff might be like a really good thing for a podcast. You feel me?
Right.
Like, and then
What's the podcast about?
Hold up. Oh fuck. Hold up. The podcast is like, it's basically gonna be like, it's like our spiritual journeys and the subconscious community, and like we bring people on.
Look,
And talk.
because I'm gonna tell you. Oh, so you just starting?
You said what?
What'd you say?
I said it's our spiritual journey, and we talk about like spiritual subconscious community shit, like you know the
Is you just starting?
yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to a journey of just starting something like that on a grassroots project, it's gonna take a little bit more work than just being part of a community, and that's another thing I be meaning. So don't put yourself in a position where you expect your podcast to take off because you're claiming your soul group and stuff like that. That's not the thing when it comes to building something. When it comes to building something, then you add your community because now you got something to offer. But when it comes to building something, this is the stage all content creators got to understand. So if you're just starting right now, here's what you have to understand. You got to find your algorithm. You have to find your, so it don't matter if you're trying to content create, you got to find your algorithm. And what do I mean by that? There's an experience that you had in your life that thousands of other people went through also, and you gotta create a whole bunch of narratives around that. So it's in two different worlds. It's in the world of it's building familiarity, so people could be like, oh, this is consistent. I know that this person talk about this, and then you have to be creative, come up with many different ways and routes on how to express that same thing. Now, once you get creative with that, that'll be you spreading out the one thing you're trying to do. And then therefore it's going to be a lot of things that you end up doing that you're gonna look back at and be like, damn, I wish I ain't have to do that. But all of those gonna be ups and downs and experiences that don't got nothing to do with a community or nothing. It's a path of you finding your algorithm on how you gonna start attracting. And that's the main thing all people who start in content creation need to understand, especially when it comes to male and especially females, because sometimes females too might even think that, okay, I could just be part of this community and it already take off like that. No, it's a lot of shadow work you got to do before that part of it even blend in well. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm glad I asked you that question because I was thinking, hey, yo, I'm about to just start this podcast and just like, I don't know, be flunked out with it.
Yeah, and just join my live a few times and think it'll take off. Yeah, don't let that be a goal. That's a hallway to a mistake right there.
Okay, yeah. And like I already have a couple of videos up, but it's like it's not on YouTube. Like I'm uploading videos on Rumble because like, you know, like I don't fuck with YouTube like that. I'm just on here you're on YouTube to watch. I don't really upload, but I'll upload on YouTube a bit. I'm really gonna be uploading on all platforms, but it's like I'm really my goal is to be a versatile content creator because it's gonna be like about me and my personal stuff. And because like in astrology, I looked at my chart. My North Node is in the 11th house, and I have my moon there too.
Now stop. On content creation, you got to still look at it like a business too. Sit back and think too. Do people even care about you? Like you can make a lot of videos about you and your chart all you want, but if you got the idea in the back of your head, like that's going to gravitate attention, that'll be the wrong starting point. Which is why you can't get online and see me talking about my natal chart. You can't get online right now and type in Dolo talks about his alignments. Don't nobody care about that. You see what I'm saying? You got to make yourself talk about things people care about first, then you could slide stuff in like that, because you might become important enough where you slide certain videos in like that, and there might be people interested, because they might be like, damn, what kind of energy come up with the ideas he be coming up with the things that you already have presented to people that people
Oh,
care
okay,
about.
okay,
See what I'm saying?
yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm glad I came to the right person to talk about this, because all these other content creators, they just kind of they're gonna say I just did something one day and just blew up.
Right. So check it
Yeah.
out. Because these are things that I don't have to do no more, but I know if I do it, I can take what I've already got going and go even further. But
Mm-hmm.
by you being at the starting point, you can get a quick come up, quick 1,000 subscribers and things of that nature right now. What
Mm-hmm.
you need to do is this. Whatever you was into, you say you into spiritual stuff. So that's kind of what I do a little bit. Start going into, like, even if you type in something like anything that's catered to with the stuff you like to, the stuff you into, like words like meditation or spiritual stuff or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then go to the filtering and type in like one of the buttons that mean that'll put the most view on the screen first. Any way of going,
Oh, okay.
that might be the wrong way of saying it. It might be
I
another
know
way you
what
could
you're
go about
talking
doing it.
about. Yeah.
It might be
Yep.
another way of doing it. But whatever on your
Yeah.
recommendations that lead you to the things that's getting the most viewed in that area, boom, go on those videos and find tags and title your stuff in that way, and start going hard on that, even if you ain't getting views. What you're going to do is force yourself in that algorithm, so people who watch those videos with those keywords in the title, you will start popping up in the algorithm, and based upon you being the small dog,
Mm-hmm.
there's a certain sense of energy that make people want to pay attention to the little dog. And you can use that to springboard your own personal idea about what you was just using, what everybody already is interested in. So
Oh,
you'll be giving
okay.
your aspect on mental health or your aspect on things, but in the same type of title and way that the people who get the most views doing these things do it. Therefore, you end up being in their algorithms vicariously. And
Mm-hmm.
then
Okay.
before you know it, you'll be like on your feet a little bit. You'll start going through experiences, seeing certain confirmations that'll give you ideas to have you had the ability to know how to do it better next time to speed up the process.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds gangster as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Damn, I should start tonight type shit, cause like, yeah, I didn't know how to go about it, and this just gave me like a whole bunch of like new ways and like shit, cause like, you know, you feel me, like
All the way down to, even if you got the name, the same title as something Neil deGrasse named that he got 1 million views for uh last year, and
mm-hmm,
make 10 videos with 10 different perspectives about it, about your own way of how you think is wrong or right, or however the case. I'm just using this as an example,
mm-hmm,
and come up with different perspectives. There's a crowd that see things that way and couldn't wait till they find somebody online to go down that train of thought and line of reasoning in a more deeper way. Then off
mm-hmm,
the bat, you got a lot of people that think like you. Now you got your own product to the table. And since you're part of the soul group, this
mm-hmm.
our conglomerate table. So everybody got something to bring to the table and still got something for themselves. See what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I get, yeah, hell yeah, yeah, for real, damn,
And what's up, Dorian? And what's up, Damari?
What's up
mm-hmm.
with you, man? I was just gonna say, hey, my my Libra in the second house.
Second house. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, so you gonna have to be reacting and responding with all your emotions and feelings and stuff when it comes to like value, and you got to see people that you value in your life, if they create balance or not. You know what I'm saying? Or if they create fairness, or it might be an object that you value, something that you plant seeds in to build your self-esteem. It could be a gift, talent, a relationship, a person, and stuff like that. And you're gonna be looking at these things like, man, is this actually creating balance in my life? Or is it making me more broke? Or is it taking my mind to be distracted more on this throughout the day or not? And it could be a person, place, or thing that you value, because it's the second house. So like right now, you could plant good seeds and be a little tough on people and throwing your 2 cents, and it won't even manifest in your seven when it start to go into your Libra second house. You'll have a free time to think about other stuff to create balance on and stuff. And that'll be out the way. So it's about not planting bad seeds right now while the moon is in Libra. I mean, moon is in Virgo. But as soon as it go into that second house, you're about to start looking at people, places, even the way you built your self-esteem. You about to start looking at this like, man, is this even something that even, or is this a flunked out thought I'm in? And I need to look more to reality or something so I can start creating balance in my life. It might even be
yeah,
little stuff that ain't even dealing with other people. This stuff just for you and God. No.
yeah, for sure. Shit, that's all I wanted to know, man. I just wanted to get that little quick little
Yep.
So we
Shout out to Damari Jackson. Real stuff.
Hey,
Yeah, what you got for us, Damari?
I mean, to add to what Jackson was saying, my Libra is in my first house, and
Your
also
first house.
my son's the cusp, and I
So
mean,
so yeah, you dealing with you about to get ready to deal with a whole bunch of if you guilty by association or not energy. So for the most part, be careful who you rubbing shoulders with from a personal space right now, because it'll be something that you don't even want to be seen for. For an example, you may have a love interest, you may have something you want to do, but it might be a person or it might be a situation that you in that play out as an energy on you, and it actually blocks you from actually getting that relationship or fully participating with that opportunity or something like that. So right now, you're gonna be going to a time where you're extra aware of who or what you're interested in your personal life, first house, and is it balancing or not? Is it fairness or not? Is it fair to you? Is you caring enough about yourself, or is you getting your own personal life taken advantage of by people in their personal life based upon how y'all connection is? Is they more of a distraction and is you caring more about your time, or is it an even fairness and balance at the moment? And that's going to be that little challenge that you end up experiencing these next 2.5 days.
if for real to add to that, that's real because even just going through my experiences in life, that's like one of the main things that I had to just get out of expectation because that's what I started to realize.
Yeah, it's
Like
strong
you
in your
said,
life. It's your first house.
it
It's strong. So
be
even when
real strong
it
because
ain't no planet here, it's effective. Where other people sometimes they can get away with stuff if it's their second, third, fourth, not fourth, the first, fourth, seventh, and 10th can't run from those. But anything in between, second, third, fifth, sixth, you know what I'm saying, eighth, ninth, 11th, 12th, a person could get away with it when a transit going in those houses and stuff like that because the energy don't be so extreme. But when the energy is going through something that like a cardinal point or something like that in their main house and the
yeah.
transit is going there, like the first house and stuff, you experience that your whole life. Things in your first, fourth, seventh, and 10th house, you experience that your whole life, whether a transit is going there or not.
And that's one of the firehouses too. I guess that's why I have like a I don't even know how to explain. It's just a awareness to like those certain type of like things when I experience nowadays.
Right.
But I mean, that's really all I had to add. I mean, I kind of just forgot what I was about to add earlier.
Yeah, real shit.
Kind of got a
Shout,
little.
shout out to Damari. I'm about to add the rest of y'all. I just gotta let me get my mind right. Let's say I get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Give me a few seconds, a few hotline seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's like the little tele reporter lady coming on, and it was like the telephone telemarket commercial and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. They said you have few seconds left. Dun, 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 dun. They play the elevator music and stuff like that, like all the elevator music that be making me feel like, dang, who made that? What you know what I'm saying? What orchestra corporation made that? Real shit, so I can sample it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. How you think I made? Bitch, we got that glow. Bitch, we got that glow. Oh. I'm saying all I did was type in jazz music, whatever, like orchestra group of people who don't know nothing about lyrics, handing down nothing, just work good instruments and stuff like that. Real good instruments and stuff. I don't need no drum patterns, nothing. Give me the good instruments and stuff, and I'm gonna mix them around, duplicate it. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre, Kid Capri, it on the engineering and stuff like that. Put some drums on it, put some church drums, claps, and saying all the background, the shake, the harmonicas, and all everything. Put all the layer meat, potatoes, and you know what I'm saying, lettuce, peppers, and tomatoes and stuff like, oh, sad, real good, healthy meal of substance. Real stuff. Sad. Real stuff. God said use all the church organs and stuff for beats and stuff like that. Use all the heavenly sounds and orchestras and stuff and blend it in. People don't know where it's at. They just know it's some heavily orchestrated 88 constellation piano key system. You know what I'm talking about? Sad, real stuff. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Shut up. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Going on,
What's
Aggie?
good with you? It's AG,
Same
bro.
old, same old.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Hey, so look, I got Libra in the third house. First
Yeah,
house.
so you're gonna do a whole lot of reacting and responding to your environment, your surroundings, and stuff like that. You got to reevaluate your friends too, your friend circle, and see who balance you or not. Or if you making somebody else's life unbalanced, making them more distracted and not be on task with what they necessarily need to do to be more productive. So it could go either way. It's always a yin and yang. You could be the individual stopping and being distracting in your environment, or you got a lot of people around you that you about to start looking at that they're distracting you, even if they ain't. There might be some weird fart cloud that you got to be like, okay, yeah, this person is the reason why I always think like this. And I got to stop thinking about this person. They ain't got nothing to do with that person. It's your vibe. So it might be a lot of that energy that you go through, and you just might be reassessing and readjusting your surroundings and who you familiar with anyway, who you tell your business to and who you don't tell your business to. So a whole bunch of change or being extra aware and changing emotionally when it comes to who you conversate with or not, or at how far you go down lines of conversation with or not, as far as this particular time.
For sure. Hey, look, I was listening to your album too earlier. Your shit go crazy. Yeah, I got some beats too. So fuck with me.
Real shit. Said Archangel Uriel 108 at gmail.com. And
All
real
right.
shit, appreciate that. Shout out to Aggie and this motherfucking thing. Yeah, we about the 90s back. The next album, I'm coming back to the 2023. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to be all kind of different, spacey and stuff. A beat that be slowed and a speed up fast and stuff like that. And they all kind of then whole bunch of twerking songs. I say I'm getting back to 2023. Next mixtape dropping in 2 weeks. I'm trying to think what continuation I want to do right now. I'm in that process. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to go ahead, make Draco Part 2, or you know what I'm saying? Do I want to go ahead and I'm in that little process. As soon as I get that process together, already that's it. New mixtape on the way. It's probably about 75% done already. All I got is a whole bunch of beats that with hooks on it already. And stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having to slow down, real stuff. I'll be having to slow down. But yeah, I'm coming back to 2023. A whole bunch of spiritual killing. Esoteric twerking, you know what I'm saying, up and slapping it, and underneath the water syndrome, big bass bubble, blow through speakers, make people want to do crazy things and just enjoy themselves type energy, so that type of stuff. Yeah, come back to 2023 in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? When we start talking about these energies and circumstances, you got to be careful because, you know what I'm saying? You got to ride the current. I got Libra in my third house. So I gotta be inside. I know it ain't about me. Who care about me? But I do. God told me to start caring about me. I'm gonna start caring about me. I got Libra in the I got Libra in the third house. So for the most part, I know I gotta react to respond to my surroundings and my environment. I'm gonna leave my environment, tell you the truth. So it ain't about nothing. Ain't nothing I'm pretty much about to do. It's like I can't find me being a lower octave, even if I try. Even when I be flunked out, I don't be as flunked out as regular humans I be knowing. So it's like my flunked out days and experiences still be me riding the current. It might be something I really don't want to do. It still got something to do with riding the current and for God. It's like I'd be like, it'd be deep for me. I don't even know how to do no wrong. For real. Like I done forgot how to not ride the current. I forgot how to get lost. I forgot how to do that. I don't know how to have writer's block. I don't know how to have a lack of idea. I just don't know how to do none of that type of stuff. I forgot how to do that 12, 13 eons ago. Real stuff. I don't even know how to do that. I be trying every now and then because I be like, man, I'm sick. Sometimes I can't do that. I come up with an idea to not be, you know what I'm saying? Like how I got this patch now. Like this make me get all kind of energy now and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I got energy just because I got the patch with the navel open thingy on there to keep my container in and my stomach gut. So I said, why you give me all this energy? I can go live twice a day now and talk stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never got no lack of ideas. It's like my mind don't stop. So I gotta force myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. My warm glass of milk in the woods might be me in the middle of the road sometime. It didn't take me to crash or nothing. I just died of natural causes in the middle of driving. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't crashed or nothing. It's like I just died. My foot, like God worked through it as a vessel to push on the brakes. You know what I'm saying? I just slumped over and my elbow just vicariously parallel part. You know what I'm saying? Then the way the car moved and swirled a certain way, by my spirit not being in my body no more, my right elbow just so happily to Like the park, you know what I'm saying? It's the shift on park. It ain't go down on another gear or 102 a day to shift on park. And I just parked there for a while. It might take a few days for people to realize, hey, that car ain't been moving for a few days. There's a person in it. That's my version of warm glass of milk. It's like, oh, Sarah, stop. Real shit, like life deep. God, that's what God showed me. That's what God showed me. God showed me when you're on a real spiritual path. It don't matter if you're in the middle of the road. When it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. And it don't even look crazy. It's off of natural causes. It's time for you to go. You probably smiling in the middle part, had a mean ass thought. Mean ass feeling. You had $1 million in your hand. You had about a consort next to you. All kind of mean idea. Like mean to you. You probably don't care about. You probably forgot the last body you was in that made that chakra that was on somebody's freeway. That some Masons made. An arch pillar, waterfront face. Oh, set up the sidereal. What's the program? The mathematics and how deep the water sea cycle is. Oh, set real stuff. So you ain't even caring about nothing. So at that point, God worked through you. It ain't you, it's God. You know what I'm saying? You just natural causes, but you was in the middle of what God needed you to do. And just God, you ain't need it no more. Mission accomplished. So you just die natural causes and shit like that in the middle of the road. Your arm slide over just right on the side of the road, parallel park. The 1 foot that slide just right, go on the brake. Your elbow move a certain way, but the way the car moved to go just on the park thing, and you out the way from all the other cars, and you done died. Your body did that. It's God. That's how much God got you. That's how much God got you. I'm telling you, real shit. That's how much God got you. You better have faith every second and minute out throughout the day, bitch. Real shit. Real shit. You better have good gifts and goddamn golly over you every second minute out the day in faith. Because that's how God work if you got it. You wouldn't even have no time to think about nothing when it happened. It is you just in one dream and in another. And then when you was in that dream, when you was woke here, it play out as just a dream that you might forget because you get ready to be a baby. And then that whole concept become your living conditions and how your parents act and stuff like that. And then you start growing up and start actually having those kind of dreams that you always been dreaming. But that's how it works. We plant seeds for the next life and keep going. I love these kind of conversations. This is my type of conversations when I be on the phone. Like I like talking like this. I don't like talking about nobody in jail. Say real shit. I don't like talking about somebody who left their kids to fend on themselves and left some female somewhere to fend for them. I don't like talk about that. I like talk about this. This is what I like talk about. It's hard to find females in this world that can talk about stuff like this though. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what kind of female I come across with something like that. It's some other baggage to it or something like that we just can't be free and talk about God. Why we can't just talk about God? God, when we go talk about God and stuff, God give us abilities to come down here and look like Uriel and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Look 3 years old again and stuff like that. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? God don't make you care about Saturn and returns and stuff. Your life, you don't look hard. You don't look like you had a hard head, so you had a soft behind or something like that. It ain't look like that. You know what I'm saying? Look like what God shaped you for. God might shape you to make you look like how the sun and moon look and how you look like that down here, your body and stuff, like your mind. And you probably ain't have to go to no goddamn Planet Fitness. You know what I'm saying? I know I didn't. I don't care how it looked, negative or positive, whatever God got to take you through to make you go through events and experiences to go out and do the right thing, whatever the negative or positive situation play out, it'll play out in how God wants you to be structured. And then if you start manifesting and materializing as confirmations of God, what God wants you to do and things of that nature, for the most part, whatever negatives, even if it's a negative situation you went through, you end up looking good after it. You know what I'm saying? That's like meeting somebody who probably was like big as hell and God put IBS in their life and stuff like that. And then they got that taken care of, but it's a gift and curse to everything. They might went through a lot of pain, but if they was doing something for God, that pain allowed them to do certain things, get their IBS taken care of. Now they ain't got that pain or that weight no more. See what I'm saying? So they end up looking better because that IBS made them had to get rid of fat and stuff and all kind of stuff. So the pain was a gift through the curse. Thank you so much for the donation, Mellow the Star, man. So don't never look at what's in front of you and think God ain't got something to do with it. A lot of y'all start cursing things and thinking it ain't got nothing to do with God, and God putting that in front of you, whether it's a catastrophic issue, health issue or not. God wants you to do something a certain way, not what you're going through. It's how you go through it. And when you let God down, you're showing God that you're not doing it the way God needs you to do it. God needs you to go ahead and use that as a fuel to something, not complain about why you are experiencing that. And when God can see you use that as a fuel, God actually used that as that vulnerability that you could use as an ego to manifest yourself in a way better situation. That's what y'all have to understand. Yeah, you know I'm saying? Real stuff. Thank you so much for the donation, Carl Scott. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. What's going down? That's a cartoon. That's not gonna get the page blocked, stupid. YouTube already know about that. YouTube know that's a cartoon. YouTube know that wasn't no actual person. YouTube know. So this is somebody like came on all the way on this page to hate. So it's like that was just stupid. Like what was the point of that? I don't understand. Like, you lost? Did you stumble on the wrong channel or something like that? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. We're going down.
Hey, can you hear me well? Nice.
Hold on, what'd you say?
So, hi, Dolo, everybody in the chat. How you guys doing? Hope you guys doing very well.
Oh, it's going down.
In the first house. My Libra is in
What'd
the
you
first
say?
house. My Libra is in the first house.
Oh, let me turn this up. Okay, you said Libra in the first house. Yeah. So yeah, you got to be extra aware of the people play. Yeah, okay, I'm looking at this on the replay right now. I don't know what kind of computer is stupid. Oh, they making a sex doll. Yeah, that's retarded. So that's what I was just seeing on the replay. So that they on how people make sex dolls. And came on my page like, that's just the most retardedest thing ever in my life.
Bro, makes no
But yeah,
sense.
in the first house, you're gonna be reacting and responding to things in your personal life. So you got to make sure the people in your personal life, or is your personal issues and insecurities, is they balancing your life and it's helping you block certain things so you can still maintain, or is it actually hurting you in your life in some way? And if you don't get out of these blockages, you're not gonna be able to manifest or get out of certain blockages and stuff, or have the right relationship. So there might be personal insecurities or personal issues that you may have that you need to get rid of so you can have more balance in your life. Or there may be personal relationships and things that communications need to be had in certain areas that communication wasn't had previously. And that might be what you're aware of. Or if ain't much going on and you've been planting good seeds and stuff, then for the most part, that just might be what you feel like you need to do that time. Start having more personal conversations with individuals, because then that'll let you know that you're using the energy and you ain't planting no bad seeds. So God used you as a vessel to be influenced by your first house to communicate on a more personal level where you may not been doing it previously or last week.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I was telling in Aquarius in my 5th house, and I've been creating some content, and that's really like that. It's a lot of Saturn energy in that 5th house, So this Libra moon, especially with the Gemini sun right now, it's really giving me those vibes of like get it lighter, while adding up that consistency without like applying pressure too much on my image, but still keeping that content real, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always kind of feeling that I'm going too far with that Aquarius stellium, both on my end, pressuring my solar plexus a little bit, both in my image as well. And I'm really feeling those personal conversations that you mentioned about those the things that I've been talking about, really find that spot, like me imagining the audience and I'm connecting in that personal way. I really felt it. Yeah.
Real shit. Yep. Shout out to Esoteric Cloud Surfer. Real shit. Yep. He'll be doing some more content. Real stuff. Yeah, that's conversation I like having, diving deep, because in that area, God give abilities and stuff like. But so I think humans be so distracted down here. That world I'm talking about, they might not know anything about it, male or female, especially females. I'm saying they might only know how to ponder and drift off into like things that only look like white picket fences and stuff like that. No, you're supposed to drift in the world that God give you the ability, and that ability becomes more important, and it might even manifest as a white picket fence and stuff like that. But it ain't enough men in the world to direct the divine feminine energy to know that that's what they're supposed to get their divine feminine energy to, because it makes things much easier for everybody. It makes things more easier for the man, because with the divine feminine, that attracts other men and women, and it makes things much easier for the divine feminine, because she ain't have to do little to no effort for her to attract what have already been created from the man concept. And that's how they work together as a team, as a divine masculine, divine feminine. You see what I'm saying? It make his job as a divine masculine easier, because the divine feminine is the attraction. She attract both genders, where man, a lot of times he might attract more competition other than anything else. So it has to be secret admiration and him building his own community of men. So there's already weird energy. And it makes the divine feminine much easier, because whatever the man had to change the world, that the divine feminine brings the attraction towards, makes whatever she get ready to do much easier, because now she already got a platform to present this new world that people already are comfortable with supporting. See what I'm saying? But everybody is in some weird fart cloud, untrustworthy energy, because they got their own insecurities in some way, shape, or form. So a person would rather be a ghost, a person would rather be a troll, and a person would rather stay in their isolated extreme natures and make up reasons to why that's the best position to be in, and make it seem like anything that threaten that is a demon or a devil. But this is a person who's threatening to society themselves. Because if everybody was to listen to them, there would be no spirituality. There will be no communities. There will be no connecting in real life. It'd just be a whole bunch of people living a whole world of listening to each other. But it is no more humanity. All the way down to, you'll listen to some people explain themselves up and down why you shouldn't even have no kids. But how did they get here to be able to explain that? There is no such thing as saying once upon a time there was a civilization who was doing this right. It will be no civilization today if people just ain't having fucking. So that makes no sense. People be pointing to the wrong things to align it with spirituality, and it be having nothing to do with it. Bro, shit. All right, let me see, because I got to make sure ain't no more trolls in here. What's going down?
Hi, Dolo. So when you were saying that, so just now I kind of wanted to jump in on what you were just saying. Like you were saying that like people try to relate things to spirituality when it's not really spiritual. And I think, were you talking about like sex?
Yeah, that too. Because as a man, I come across a lot of videos of red pill community, them coming up with ways of why it's okay to be isolated, or semen retention, and even GMO females that got that feminist energy and stuff like that, to the point that they go down that train of thought and line of reasoning so much, they start having conversations how it makes sense to not have kids or something like that, because they make it seem like they attach it to spirituality or religion or something like that, and say, oh, this was meant not to do these things. But if nobody did these things in the world, the person that's saying that wouldn't even be here. So that's how I be saying it. The people they be using things that ain't got nothing to do with spirituality, and since they can make crumbs from it or get other people who lost in the world to respect it because they lost too, then that's how you got a lot, like 95% of the world.
Yeah. And I think those are like very fear-based belief systems. So you get people to believe that, if you have a bunch of kids, you'll be hated by your religion, or God won't like you or approve of you, or you're doing something wrong. So they're like, a lot of people are controlled by is these fear-based belief systems. And when we go into fear, like we get fractured from ourselves. Fear is what you do fear is not the real self. It's just there to protect the real self.
Right.
So a bunch of these belief systems, they're going to be fractured away from their real self, not really experiencing life.
Right. I call it like a mental blockage. I'm basically saying the same thing you saying when I say I call it a mental blockage, and people just be creating all kind of and they have these through all aspects. How they got this perfect relationship, how they got this perfect job in their mind, how they got this perfect circumstance and stuff like that, and it just become weird, like really weird after a while when they get to these fears in these energies. So before they participate in any of these things, they're looking for the fears in these things, and then they end up tricking their mind to find the fear first. And the fear always leading to procrastinating or not participating at all with that relationship, business, or that job or that career goal. So yeah, like when things be fear based and we can't find that same area we all trying to participate in, especially love, but find it without the fear, we won't participate. And a lot of times we'll never find love being in that space because everything got a little bit of fear in it.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it really, I mean, you really are going to have to look at your belief systems and let them go, because you know how manifestation works. The same frequency that is going to create what you really want isn't the same frequency that the fear is in. So
Right.
the love, everything exists in that, that vibration. So you have to let go of the fear belief system to see, in order to see that you're never going to be able to see it.
Right. And it get deep too, because it'll start like spilling into other areas, and then it'll be like two light chakras coming together to put somebody in the darkness, and it'll lead someone into loving fear and not knowing what to do if it wasn't no fear in their life. So this would be a person that constantly create traumatic relationships and trauma bonding on extreme levels. Like it really technically ain't nothing wrong with trauma bonding. Like I really suggest it, because when you separate the word trauma bonding, it's really just you sharing a certain amount of insecurities with another individual. You're able to feel more comfortable around that individual. But based upon the indoctrination, Walt Disney, the way people see love and the fear, how you were saying right now, it becomes toxic. And it ain't what we do, is how we do it. Whereas a group of individuals in the world, 95% will use trauma bonding negatively, where it be things that the average human is supposed to be and do shadow work with, but bring those self-entitlements as baggages to the next relationship and stuff like that without necessarily doing the work. And then that trauma bonding becomes negative because you're with someone extremely toxic and y'all together, not even trying to make each other better. Y'all together because y'all love that type of excitement. And a lot of it is you can share that fear with this person. You can share that tit for tat with this person. You could share that. You could share that who you gonna get first or who gonna cheat on each other first energy. And a lot of times without those aspects, a person rather not even be in no relationship. And that's how fucked up the world is right now.
Yeah. You go just off into that, like you said, all that stuff is off on a fraction, like a fearful vibration, very like tit for tat energy. I'm gonna do something to hurt you so you hurt me. You're right, it's very fractured. It's not ourselves. And we can't, like, a relationship where you're hurting each other, of course, is eventually gonna end, because you get that energy gets toxic, And when you
Right.
talk about bonding, like they were just you tell them your insecurities, they end up, feasting off your insecurities, but you want them to like try to help you with it, but they're insecure as well. That's why that's where that trauma bonding comes in.
Yep.
And so, you have to be at peace with yourself. You can't wait for someone to give you that energy or give you what you need, especially if they're messed up. Now, come on now.
Right. Right. That's like getting ready to manifest a relationship where that person will be break the relationship and expect you to fix it. And you got to be somewhere like, damn, I can't fix something I ain't break. And then this person be creating some weird fart clouds, making it seem like you the evil one for not fixing something that they broke. So and that's just when you dealing with a broken ass motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah, because and you're right. It comes from the negative place. Your reaction, what they first did to make you react that way, it all comes from the same place. You know what I mean? Those fearful belief system, and it's right. It's like they think that they're doing the right thing by protecting themselves or arguing with you or something like that, and you're like, stop! Why are you acting like this? I don't, like I never wanted it to be broken. I wanted it to be fixed and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah,
And that's go ahead.
we want the same thing. Is what I'm saying. We want the same thing.
Right. And that's how it's supposed to be. And then, but for the most part, yeah, people just is just weird. And that's when it must be a hard time trying to think what a person line of reasoning is for them to even act this way. So let me not even go ahead and stress my own mind out. 'Cause I had to come to that conclusion. Like, yeah, me thinking about what another person thinking about, for me to see their actions and what made them do what they do, I'll be sitting here thinking until I'm 100 years old. Well, shit, you could never come to a conclusion.
Their actions come from their own insecurities, and it comes out of nowhere because they decide they can watch TV and be triggered, and then something happened with you, and you're like, "What was that about?" Anything could trigger their insecurity. So unless you have to get it under control.
Right. Oh shit. But yeah, what you got anything else for us and stuff, or that's all you want to drop for us as far as the gems?
No, I mean, I always want to continue dropping gems with you. I do want to plug my YouTube channel. Check me out on YouTube. It's Santara Martin.
Real shit. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Santara Martin, same as her name, this diggity thing. I'm gonna make sure I look at it too and shout her out. Real shit.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all would have seen me be a wolf, but yeah, she already showed her husband leaving laying on the pillows and couch and stuff like that. So I gotta keep that platonic. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, look. Other than
Yo,
that, y'all just seen the screen blend in at the same time. So what's going down, Tyree Jaquan?
what's happening, bro? Hey, yo, so I got a moon in Libra, and it's in my 7th house.
Libra in your 7th house.
Yeah.
So you got Aries sitting. So yeah, you're gonna be paying extreme attention.
I ain't got Aries ascendant.
Oh, well, you got overlap. We said Libra in the 7th house.
I got my moon in Libra, and it's in the 7th house.
Oh, so you just got like overlapping houses or something like. Well, it don't matter about that anyway. You got Libra in the
Yeah.
7th house, so for the most part, yeah, you're gonna be reacting and responding to your relationships and how you relate to others, and you got to see if it's creating balance in your life or not. So it might be a lot of ways you relating, how you communicating, that you start seeing that it ain't the right reciprocation with that friend or that relationship or whatever like that. You got to stop relating to them like that. Stop communicating with them like that. If it's always leading down results that you don't like how the outcomes is coming out, and it's not things not going in your favor the way you want to present it. So you might got to change the way you're relating, and you might be invested into looking at your relationships at the moment and who you networking with to get that done from an outside point of reference and stuff, from the internal, how you attracting it. So what you're going to be emotionally changing or emotionally trying to gain comfortability to do is figuring out the right words to say or observing others around you on who you may need to start communicate with differently to manifest different outcomes, or to start checking your relationships you already in that in better communicative ways, so the situation could be a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're married or, you know what I'm saying, got a partner, or you're dealing with your family, or however the case may be.
I'm single at the moment, but so ain't no relationship advice taken there. But I have been attracted this one Pisces shorty.
Oh, goddamn.
Right.
Why everybody coming on my live talking about y'all? Everybody got a Pisces. It must be something in the Pisces water right now.
Yeah, it's something in the water, bro. I don't know what it is exactly, because yeah, she's a Pisces sun. I'm a Pisces sun, so but yesterday I had peeped some shit. Like
Oh
she
yeah,
been
all Pisces ain't the same though. You got
yeah, I
the
feel that.
Pisces,
Yeah.
the flunked out witchcraft Pisces, and you got the down to earth regular with the witchcraft Pisces. I like those type of Pisces, the down to earth regular direct one. That mean they got a little bit of influence, even if they ain't got no Aries in their chart. They got Aries or Aquarius helping something out. Anytime it's just a Pisces and just all flunk Pisces and stuff like that, hell no.
I feel that from her though. I feel that from her though. Like she real genuine, but it's some shit yesterday that I peeped, but I don't take it too personal. It's just with this alignment you was talking about earlier about you were saying something about not taking something so serious, because like she flaked on me like on the day of, you know what I'm saying? But it was like through
They
text.
all do that shit.
Yeah, so it was like
I got flaked on by a Pisces the same day or something, and it was an important day, and got the nerve to try to make it seem like it was something else throughout the day. You know, I feel like that pissed me the hell off. But me being an Aries, I don't express it, so I just make a person believe what they think they believe, and make them believe they think I believe whatever that they saying and stuff like that. But my actions be what I'm gonna do afterwards. So it put them in a situation, especially a Pisces, to make it seem like whatever a person is doing is wrong. But they don't always go back to the starting point or what make a person do whatever they thought the person was going to do in their imagination in the first place.
Right, dog. That's facts. Because like in a sense, I'm gonna always like keep that in note. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact that I wanted to ghost her. Like she texted me today, like on some shit, like, "Oh,
Man,
how
you
was
should
this?
have.
How was this?" I
You
wanted to
should
ghost
have. Real
her ass,
shit. You should
but
have.
I'm like,
But yeah, go
God
ahead. My
damn.
bad.
I'm like, damn. Shit, fuck it. Like, shit, I'm gonna just keep it G, keep it short, simple. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't phase me none. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, damn, flaky energy. Like, ooh, what the fuck is that? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
don't like that shit.
I
I don't
don't
like
like
it.
it either.
And then they be trying to make it seem like it ain't flaky. It's got something to do with something else, or it's something to
Something
do
else,
with you.
right?
No, it's just fake and phony energy. Period.
It
It ain't
is
got
what it
nothing to do with
is.
nothing else. It's just fake and phony. And
Yeah.
it make it hard to not ghost because of the delusion that they create to do that. So you be unsure if that's the right thing to do or not because of
Facts.
how they do it. And it'd be
Right.
like, all they be doing, if you feel like that in the first place, that let you know they're in a position that they want to maintain doing that without
Uh,
you doing that. So it's
uh,
like that weird, that's that flunk Pisces energy. I don't like that
uh.
kind of Pisces energy.
We say
Because
it
all
don't go
they
no
do is
further.
create some other weird shit to try to get an action or to get some out of you. But with however they do it, be a delusion. All the way
Yeah.
to the point that they create a fake phony page or some shit like that. And then come to you in a certain way for you to answer a certain question that they want to be answered that may not have anything to do with your
Mm,
relationship with them without you knowing that they that person. And like
mm,
little shit like that is like this what makes them go to hell. Them type of Pisces. Them type of Pisces go to hell.
mm.
That's witchcraft.
That's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, I don't think it go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't put no more energy than it needs to be in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can already fill it out. But
Shit.
with this particular transit though, like, how do you feel? Well, how do you think that affects me as a like being that my moon is in Libra? Because I felt some energy before this, but now it's just like I'm
Well,
not really
shit. Basically, it being in your seventh house. Shit.
easy.
They're being in your seventh house, and you having to deal with how to relate to others. Now, what you just broke down seemed like a clear correspondence to seventh house.
Okay.
You even to when you decide you was thinking, man, should I ghost her?
Right.
You gonna come to the conclusion if you made the right decision or not. Soon as the moon go into your seventh house, Libra,
All
you're gonna
right.
start to be aware of that house, and then you're gonna start developing ways of going about it. And all that is you changing your way of relating to somebody that you're in a
Mm.
relationship with, or networking with, or interested in with some Venus type energy, because it's actually ruled. The seventh house is ruled by Venus.
All right. Easy. All right. Appreciate that, Dolo.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Tyreek. Real
Easy.
shit. I was about to say 25 people click the link. 25 people can't click the link, but that's the bar on the more thing. You know what I'm saying? But all signs flunk. I don't want. He just brought up Pisces, and that been the last 5 people who they love interest been towards or they connected with. So that's the only reason I went in like that. But all zodiac signs is flunked out. But I had to break down specifically for Pisces though. That's how they Pisces be flunked out because that's what everybody is for some reason dealing with. But all Pisces ain't the same. It don't matter if you the March or the goddamn February Pisces. All Pisces ain't the same. All March Pisces ain't the same, and all February Pisces ain't the same. But there is 2 main archetypes, and sometimes you see one of these main archetypes through one gender than the other. So when it comes to Pisces being a water sign, you may see this play out more through the females than the males, but the males is the same. Their way of expressing it may be a little different though. It may be a little bit more toxic masculinity, like filtered on. Oh, because my grandma whooped me a certain way when I was coming up. So it's toxic masculinity because it's still based on the feminine energy and it's not being handled in a feminine way because it's not through a female body. So every now and then you would see these 2 archetypes through the female a lot faster Pisces, but the male playing them out also. He just may use other things that you have to use to see, be like, oh, it's still because of the same energy. So for the most part, one archetype is the flunk la la land narcissist, and the other one is the down to earth and able to take that world and bring that into reality. And if you don't know which Pisces you dealing with, you getting ready to have somebody create a tower moment for you. Because like a large percent of Pisces don't necessarily want to be successful. You have a handful of Pisces that don't mind being successful, and you got a handful of Pisces that don't want to be successful. But since there's so many people in the world, and that's normal to do, that mutable water kick in. So they end up being frustrated with doing things they don't really want to do. So their way of going about it end up being narcissistic and thinking that they need more pride or appreciation than the average individual. So really, they end up only manifesting self-sabotaging situations because they don't really be wanting to do these things anyway. But if it just so happens that they become famous from these things, we all got a movie to watch. Someone who someone who became famous off their talent, but it don't look like they got their life together to have to do a wet paper bag or something like that. And if they're able to have the right people around them to make something out of that, then they'd be okay for the rest of their life. But a lot of times Pisces gain things and lose it too. The lower octave ones. So you gotta peep game. Whenever how early it take for the Pisces to wake up on that side of the bed and make that decision to stay on that side of the bed, that's when the Pisces become the higher octave. Anytime the Pisces still lost in coming up with other reasons why it's important to wake up on both sides of the bed, and sometimes you need the other side, the more it becomes the lower octave Pisces. It's going down. You gotta unmute your mic. I can't hear you. Y'all can hear him? I can't hear him. You might gotta unmute your mic. All right, I'll say something now. It's something going on. You might got it plugged in or something plugged in your phone. We're gonna let you get that together real fast. You know what I'm saying, real stuff. We'll oil running machine and stuff like that. It like reminds me of talking too long on a block or something like that, or sitting around thinking about something while we doing one thing, but we thinking about something else in the middle of us doing one thing. Yeah, we get ready to go to jail. And whoever came and did the my baby mama this, my baby mama that, or some type of stuff, whoever did that first, we know that that's where the energy of us getting ready to go to jail coming from. That person brought them spirits and energies and stuff. That person. So we got to be the powerful enough spirit. So you got to be the individual enough to get in, get out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Whoever get that first, you get out that situation real fast. Don't let no conversation, no more energy sectors and spellings be put together for you to be aware of. You get the fuck away from them. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? None of that accumulate, because you end up about to be a part of something real fast, even if someone got to use you to get back on their toes. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you're okay out here. Ain't nothing but a bunch of humanic scavengers. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of humanic. What's going down? It's going down. Yeah, I don't quite know what's going down tonight. I thought I was popping mid-flight until like 3 seconds ago. You know what I'm saying? But for real, like, I don't know what's going down tonight, man. Real stuff. It's like, I guess people's light coming down, chakra system energy spectrums is coming down with the day. So people, if you already about mentally ill a little bit, by the end of the night, the actual results of it in reality ain't gonna do nothing but be on 20 plus Super Saiyan. So yeah, I wouldn't advise a person I wouldn't expect a person to even have a fart cloud to say right now, for real. Just like homeboy who uploaded that video and went out just to troll me, to think that was going to delete my page or something like that. This is like mental illness. Mental illness is strong. Mental illness is strong right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a reason to feel the way I feel and think the way I think in today's time, and I feel good. I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I feel real good about the way I did this new way of thinking and feeling and stuff like that. I see future beach sand, future water. You know what I'm saying? You know, good feet in the sand. Holy print, Jesus with the holy slipper sandal, John Cleta, the flip flop in the Bible. I see it now. The blood in the sand and stuff. I see it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's like, okay, I see myself there too. I see myself there and stuff like that. And like, I never see myself there because I don't care about sightseeing. So even in my mind, like it probably lacked a lot of manifestations of places I could have been seen to manifest and stuff like that, or just be there for no reason and felt like it was worth taking the time to do it. I probably could have been do that, but even in my mind, I don't care about sightseeing. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I'm like, I don't care nothing about this physical world. You know what I'm saying? And nothing to be trying to manifest to get people excited and wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh stuff, look, I just seen the beach sand. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a damn about the beach sand? It was beach sand here before I was here and stuff. Well, I had to help make it. You know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be here when I'm here, and ain't gonna be here. You think I'm gonna care about it when I'm here then? Why am I gonna care about something that been here before I was here, gonna be here after I'll be here? I think that's wasting time. Too many seconds and minutes thinking. I think I'm wasting too many seconds thinking about it now. Real stuff. Real shit. I think I'm wasting too much time thinking about that flunked out ass shit right now. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, man. If a sand particle was something that was here before I was, I ain't gonna time me thinking about it. I'm thinking about bringing some new shit here, some new dirt sand particle blade of sand across the weather and seas between Antarctica and Africa here. I'm trying to bring some new another one of those here. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the shuttle government be rocking y'all to sleep. They know everything is water, but they be like teaching y'all wrong. So when you go on NASA, you think it's a whole bunch of people floating around with water bubbles. That's water that they brought from Earth up there. That ain't how the water play out up there. Water play out differently in different atmospheres. Other than that, why this ain't some new discovery or something like that y'all brought some water particle from space on Earth? Y'all supposed to be seeing how it interacts with our atmosphere, with minerals is in it and stuff like that. Bitch, y'all ain't nowhere but somewhere in our sky in Walt Disney, somewhere in LA, Universal Studios. Y'all ain't shit. I said, I'm about tired of humanity now, for real. I'm about tired of humanity, man. It's about time for us to get that 40 million, at least me. I'm putting in the work where it look like I deserve it. So I'm gonna start saying me a lot too. It'd be somebody that just pop out of nowhere, like, oh yeah, they just woke up yesterday. And, you know, I said they just was born yesterday. I'm like, oh shit, I make music. I'm a content creator. And by me saying we a lot, they automatically feel like, yeah, you're right, Uriel. We about to take this shit over. You ain't about to do nothing. You got a whole lot of shadow work to do. God ain't about to put you through no ritual spells until you probably got 100 or something. 100 of videos or something. A whole lot of rejection energies you went through. Yeah, you ain't about to do nothing. I'm saying real stuff. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, it might sound good, but once we get to that part of the mission, yeah, I'm about fine saying me. I'm about fine saying I at that point. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you might not reach that part, but that bolt and got that ticket to the train ride. At that point, you might be still at the train station and shit at that point and stuff like that. So you don't need to be talking about, oh yeah, we about to get to that destination and stuff like that. Oh, we got that like you thinking about y'all already did the location. It's a 17-hour ride. You ain't even get on the ride yet, or you even can afford the esoteric ability to buy that ticket on that train ride for that destination. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. You still at the train station and stuff. Already talking like you already there. That's like you ain't even get on the train to get there yet. And it's a 17-hour ride. I said, can you even deal with a 17-hour ride? All the things you got to train your mind and convince yourself is something going right or something. You know what I'm saying? And things when the train start to shake or the plane look like it's getting ready to go down. Do you need parachutes or you getting ready to have some rest in peace of Leah energy or stuff? Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, man, I'm about to get this little $5 ticket, this $5 African ticket, the Aboriginal. So I get this $5 to go to La La Land. You go right to La La Land. Everybody go to La La Land. How you thinking your grandma there all the time? Anybody can get there. Anybody can buy a ticket and get that magic Aladdin carpet with Jasmine on it. Anybody could do that. It's like right up the street. Everybody city and state got one. Got a city fair, Geauga Lake, or something like that. Six Flags or something, Universal Studio. Oh, so everybody city and state, everybody got one close to their proximity in some way, shape, or form. La La Land. Real shit. AKA nobody want to put in the hard work. You don't want to take the 17-hour ride on a train. So don't go be at the train station looking at the 17-hour ride, it being some new La La Land stuff, and you like talking about like you already there and shit. No, you ain't. You might go nowhere. You about to buy that $5 ticket and go straight to La La Land and act like you did something and stuff like that. They already provided some of them rides. You went in on that water slide ride that had the cardinal cross on there that looked like the Ankh and the cross together and the red, black, and green flag on the side and stuff like that, and some little Muppet man, you know what I'm saying, sex doll look like it's floating on water, walking on water or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't in on that little ride. But that's $1 million profit in ride right now and things of that nature. The shadow government get rich. Everybody, kids, nephews, and grandmas and stuff, and you and stuff go to that ride. I always go to that first ride and shit. 17 owls down from the first owl, where all the cotton candy clouds at and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All the cotton candy apples and stuff with the little M&M sprinkles and all the peanuts on it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, little strawberry Christmas swirls and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Real Christmas sprinkles. You know what I'm saying? Little Sunday ice cream with the sugar cone. And a little waffle sugar cone. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I'm going to pass that out. You got to stop there first. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You La La Land. You don't never want to walk the distance. You don't ever want to put in the actual work and things like the actual sigil. Put your Jesus flip-flop John Santos on the ground. Say you don't never want to go ahead and walk to goddamn Grand Theft Auto Los Santos. You always want to do it the like goddamn Grand Theft Auto Vice City way and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the donation video. All real shit. You said check my email. Want to talk about the way of real estate investing. You said invest. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't investing in shit. If it's taking my money and investing in shit, I'm already in real estate. If that's the case, but yeah, but I'm gonna check my email though. But that word investing scared me. You said not the tax deeds auction I was talking about earlier. Oh, okay. I'm about to say yeah, that investing. Goddamn it, scared me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we talk about real estate. Real estate, you invest in buying a property your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and whatever abandoned house that is, or whatever house and whoever you funding that already, and whatever business deal you doing with that, whether it takes your credit or background or whatever like that for you to obtain that, if you're getting bank loans or whatever like that, or whatever, those are good sufficient plans and things of that nature when we talk about real estate, not investing into something of a promise. But you say you ain't talking about the real estate concept of it, so I'm gonna look into that too though. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but yeah, we gotta have a whole little dialogue off of talk about real estate. I'm saying I'm around drug dealers and shit all day that's trying to do that. The thing with me is I don't got the right individuals to do that stuff with. You know what I'm saying? Because people ain't got in the right position in their life or whatever like that. Now I don't want to be up here talking like that, like I'm casting stones amongst people in the chat and stuff to try to make them do stuff like that. A lot of people just getting out of college and stuff like that. So their foggy way of thinking about it is, oh, so when I'm next to Uriel, we about to do this. And they ain't got nothing to do with how I look at life in real life and how people around here be getting that thing together. It's to the point that I can't fully go forward with it. Because this is how I look at things. I'm a hustler in all areas. So I don't fully participate in nothing. I don't see it making sense. Or I would have kept that one school I had. So when it comes to me looking at neighborhoods and buying multiple properties or multiple houses to fix up, if I'm talking to people, or if it's people in my real life that when I have conversations, it don't look like it's a guarantee or it's promised that they going to participate and they need somewhere to stay and things of that nature. I look at that like I'll be wasting my money or wasting my time. Why would I go get all them houses and all that property with no one in them? So I would talk a little bit about it for a while. But if I don't see nobody participating in that same kind of mind state, I'm not gonna go ahead and go far as that anyway either. Why have to put a whole bunch of pipes together and stuff like that for people who ain't about to move in there? You know what I'm saying? Or it'll be a situation where it's like I'm turning all the electricity on for somebody to live in there because they found me on the internet and they think I want somebody in my life so they can take it easy and not have no bills to be paid. Or I ain't trying to attract nobody who ain't in life. You got to be in real life the way I talk and stuff like that. When I come to, I be trying to build communities and programs and stuff like that. But every now and then I be having to make that clear to separate that from the chat. So it don't be nobody fresh out of college thinking I'm putting that pressure on them. Nah, you ain't even in that situation in your life to even know what I'm talking about when I be up here saying what I'm saying and stuff like that. Like real stuff. But yeah, if you shit, we talk about real estate or something like that. We get a whole bunch of houses and shit right now. I got a location, I got a neighborhood, whatever like that, because I bring everybody here. If that's the case, properties only cost $300 to $400 here, and depending on where you at, $100 to $500 if you want to build something or something. The amount of abandoned, I could get on the road right now and show y'all mad abandoned buildings and houses. I put these things in mad amount music videos, right? But for the most part, these houses and things of that nature ain't nothing but 4,000, 5,000 and things of that nature. Then you just develop property tax and things of that nature. And then if you get deep with it, you get bank loans. But once you already put your money and that's on your credit card or your bill anyway, it's easy for the bank loan to get in that and shit like that. Like a lot of times, even when you because I had to start with people having things in their name first and then just me pay it off, but see how they do it. And that's what taught me. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when I want to do that myself, I could do that 10 times plus. But at the same time, that's like the space I'm in right now, wanting to do it the right way or not even doing that at all, investing into something else until I get a community of people that put that idea on my mind and look at it like it's possible. Then we have all the right ways of going about it too. You know what I'm saying? But first it take a little bit of ducats or whatever too. But since we talk about real estate right now, even going back to what Beta All was saying, that's why I said I got a little scared about the little investment part. I said based upon that kind of gave me a flashback with what Beta All said earlier. He said $500 or something like that to a program or something like that. I get scared when I start hearing shit like that. I'm from the hood. I don't have too many conversations about that type of shit. Oh, sad. Like I'm from the hood. $500, $400. We make $1,000 off 500. We make $400. We make 800 off that. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what you do, you can make 1,200 off $400. You know what I'm saying? $500. You can make about $1,600, $1,700 and things of that nature. You do it right, and that gets you the whatever you get ready to pay that $500 for whatever investment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Thanks so much for the donation, Corey. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Shit. Well, I'm saying speed up process and shit like that. That's how I was able to pay off a house. You know what I'm saying? And so when you jumping back into that, it's a big trust, not just trust fund in a house, especially when you're dealing with other individuals and things of that nature, because y'all are working together as a team. Is when you trying to do that on your own and elsewhere and do that in multiple energies, there's a lot of other things that play, like trust and stuff like, because you know what you got to go through to get that done. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So for an example, like when I say shit like, all right, I'm about to go to an area or I'm about to get a house or whatever like that, and then y'all hear me talking in other areas where a human might think I'm being forceful, but I might say something like, oh, I'm looking for a tarot card reader or something like that. If you an adult, you know what space I'm in when I'm talking like that. For an example, if I'm a man, I create a position, right? And if we get in a big house or whatever like that, we want to make sure it beyond spirituality or whatever like that, we using that house and whatever that we doing to maintain us to be in that house. So if I'm into what I'm into and I'm making things possible what I'm into, you could do tarot cards and things of that too, that nature too. If it looked like I'm making it happen, you can add on to it and I'm making it easier for you because I already got a reputation and things of that nature. Now, if you ain't in your ego, some solo shit, then you add on to it and you know that's us working towards a goal, us staying in that motherfucking house, or us creating situations where we can create things where we can build on with communities or create events like meet and greets and things of that nature and create circumstances where we take $400 and make it look like $1,500 and shit like that. So every now and then, I know that the average individual who ain't from those stressful backings may be looking at it like that. So when I'm not explaining it like that, it might be a person who's watching cults all day and listen to me and be like, Dolo trying to have us do stuff. And I don't even be necessarily talking to the chat and be like, Dolo trying to have us do something. And it sound like a cult. But even in that respect, I don't want nobody around me who think that I'm just trying to get some lazy people around me and you can't do nothing. Because last time I checked, what I'm doing is something that you're supposed to be wanting to do anyway. And if your decision of being around me as if I want anybody around me or not. So I don't even know how they get them egotistical thoughts. But your whole idea of thinking that I got some expectations for your weird fart cloud to be around me in the first place is me being cultish is retarded to me. Cause it's like, in my mind, it's like, I don't want no lazy stranger around me anyway. All the way down to if he even come to washing dishes. I want no lazy ass person that is some fucking stranger around me trying to give me some ways I'm supposed to be because they think I want them around me. That's dumb as fuck for a person to even develop that stupid ass idea. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Thank you so much for the donation. I'll be the all. You said I was thinking about doing it in credit. Just gotta get it up and back. Yeah, if you got good credit too, you can add credit because you know you're gonna pay it back and stuff. Chop it up for sure. The thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go into my email. You see, I'm talking about it. Don't take money. Real stuff. On my email and stuff though. But yeah, real shit. When I get off the live stream, but yeah, that's why I was hesitant, or it'd make me feel like, let's say I did get that school. Let's say I did get those few houses and stuff like that. I did it for the live. Just for everybody to be like, yes, bitch, yes, clear this go, clear this go. In my mind, it's like, damn, I'm wasting money. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee nobody who watch me that think, because it's a difference between how I look at stuff. It's a difference between you supposed to watch me like you watch everybody else and you trying to connect to me personally or something like that. When you try to connect to me personally, there is obligations there. And every now and then, a person who should be watching me like they watch anybody else online confuse themselves with trying to present themselves to me personally. And then they get a little confusing at times because they have to turn into a troll because I give them energy that they don't like or expectations that I don't meet and stuff like that. And then they be like, well, oh shit, and start crying and shit in weird spiritual ways. So I'll be having to make that clear. But at the same time, right, that's what's serious to me. Like, let's say if I did a few live streams and then I had a whole bunch of inboxes of people who work for the news corporation or people who was like, damn, yeah, I'm trying to move right now and I need a spot, and that look like, and I could talk to them as far as a discount or something like that and things. And then this person is really on some spiritual stuff too, because they actually trying to move into it. Then that make me feel more inspired to fully go forward with my capabilities. Other than that, I sit my ass down somewhere. And that's what God been showing me I've been kind of having to do for these past months and years. And then sit your ass down. You don't need to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So every now and then, my way of conveying that message in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension is saying things like the stuff I need to say, separating the difference between how I'm trying to go through shifts and people I'm attracting. There's a certain amount of people that I attract that need to just watch me like they watch everybody else because they really non-useful anyway. And then there's a group of people that, if you are trying to connect with me personally, you gotta know how to come correct in that type of way. Like, it can't be someone who should be watching me like you watch everybody else and then try to mix with me personally. For an example, if you know you married or you got a whole bunch of flunked out situations, you know that's straight platonic. You should only watch me the way you watch everybody else. That way I have no problem connecting with you and shouting you out and things of that nature, because I know I ain't get ready to develop no troll or anything of that nature. If it start becoming weird, where it's like I'm expected to be, we are the one, we are the children. So when I'm doing events and stuff, I'm showing up and I'm in La La Land by myself, and everybody that pop up is in relationships. And then in some instances, that when it's filtered through the female divine feminine energy, I get a weird fart cloud, like they expected me to do something about who they came with or who they with. And hopefully I just take them from them or something like that. And it's all with me, it's like this, none of this is what I want. And I came with someone, or I rather when I get here is someone I'm connecting to on that level. And I'm not just talking to a whole bunch of people with their own life already and somehow claiming they're attached to me in some way. And in my mind, that's separate to me. That to me, in my mind, it's something I'm doing for God, and I'm going back to where I'm at. In other people's mind, it'd be like, oh, soul group. And I don't see it that way. Thank you so much for the donation. I love you. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't see it that way. All the way down to, like, I'm on a spiritual path and mission. So what I have done is the reason why y'all can see me up here every day. So anybody who came to Youngstown, Ohio, if I'm connected to you I'm not allowing you to fend for yourself and just be here and just be lost somewhere. What we have to do is what we have to do because we got a goal at plan and a goal at hand and things of that nature. I don't necessarily have that same reciprocation. So I refuse to have people who turn into trolls that don't even give me that reciprocation, make themselves feel like they can become a troll and make it seem like I'm not doing something because I see that from a mile away. If I see from a mile away, like, I can't even fuck with you on no personal level, even if I tried. So my whole way of fucking with you is I'm about to turn up type shit. No, hell nah. Like I don't even fuck with people in my real life like that. If you ain't willing to show me, you willing to even be bored with me. Because I'm not even trying to even do everything and make it seem like I gotta do something just because I'm around people. If you ain't even willing to be bored with me, then that's gonna lead me into speaking like Aries lingo. Like I don't even want nobody around me, even if I do just decide to have fun, because that's my personal life being affected at that point. So I say things that I may not ever be into, but I need to do that as far as that holds the aura. So anybody who had another idea, even if I express something that they don't like from me, to me, that's me protecting my spirit. So I might even come up here and be like, yeah, if you're a female, don't come around me. Oh, y'all better be hands and knees, dropping panties and stuff like that. That might not ever be what they expected. I might still in my mind be trying to go with the flow about something and really go with the consort or something. But it is that protect anybody that got a false delusion. So even people that I know that could be a troll in the future, they could become a troll now. So therefore save me the pressure of me being actually somewhere and having that be 95% of the people around me that I got to choose from, as far as who I'm going to connect with or not, to actually do a real mission. Or if I'm just doing something for a turn up at the moment and people go back to their regular life and I'm still dolo. That doesn't make sense to me after a while. Filtering through a man energy or female energy when it comes to men helping and female supporting. And I'm saying, I'm going to be doing things in my personal life. That's why I said my personal life has a certain thing there. That's why y'all still see me dolo with nobody on the passenger side. Because if that's really what I do in my personal life, I'm already good. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to be doing things online for the look, it got to make sense too. All the way down to the real estate. I ain't about to go pander me saying, look, y'all, I finally got the school. I got the house just for the look, just for me to go online and just be live and no one into it. You know, no one in it. And I'm not desperate in any area, all the way down to you not about to be somebody who woke up yesterday and be like, I'm soul group. And that's all it takes for me to make you a teacher. No, not all the energy, hard work, and knowledge I went through on my own, even down to money I would have to put into that goddamn shit for a person to stand next to me and be like, yeah, Dolo, I watch you all the time. I'm trying to teach too. Shit, you better go to college and go learn how to be a math teacher or science motherfucking teacher. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no fucking fool. You're going to have a little bit of energy of the energy I got for God to make that and make you a vessel to make that possible. Or I have no use for you because me tagging you along will block someone else being in that position to help that process speed up. And it just manifests another fucking troll. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no more motherfucking trolls. Real shit. I'm about business. I don't need no trolls. I'm about business. What's going down? And relationship wise and man wise, our relationship is a business. We got some spiritual God going on. You gonna learn how to tarot card read or something. You ain't gonna
Yes,
just
my
know how to
man.
sit on your ass and just be like, oh, I'm with Dolo because I'm supportive. No, you with Dolo because you got some gift or talent. You about to be throwing up every day. And if your lazy ass don't know how to do that, and you scared to do that, don't be reaching out to a man like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's going down?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. What I wanted to say is your art channel, not the art channel, but art Gmail still on? Like, are you looking for artwork for your album covers and stuff like that?
Not no more. But if you got some art, I could probably use it for something else. So I'll look into it and
Yeah, I'm
stuff
not
like that.
looking for no payments on that, just of pure respect and something. If you
Oh yeah,
want to
yeah. So yeah,
customize or something like
I'm gonna
your
look into it.
masterpiece.
I'm gonna look into it. It's just me. The reason why I said that because in humanity, I've been doing I've been doing it for so long and still not having help. I didn't learn how to do all these things. So when it comes to engineering, uploading multiple websites, Photoshop, and all that, I became my own everything. So it's
No,
like
your music
I'm
is
kind of in the position where I'm about to start charging for all these things, like my beats, my art, my my logo making and stuff like that. Like I'm about to just scrape up all that. I can't wait for no humans anymore. But I'm gonna look into your stuff. I'm gonna look at your stuff though.
Yeah, man, I'm drawing for many years, and I would love to do some masterpiece for your artwork or anything, but customized image, anything that you love, and put that into some amazing artwork or something like that. That if you like it, you can use it. If
Yeah,
you don't, you
I'm gonna look
can.
into it. Yep. Shout out
Yeah,
Lit Noir.
that's something that I would love to do on my free time, and all of them, and just that. And any images I come up with, just send it on your Gmail, innit?
Yeah, the Archangel Uriel 108 at gmail.com.
Perfect, my man. No worries. Blessings to you, my G. That
Yep.
was just
Real
that.
stuff. Yeah, and I'm gonna look into his stuff, but let me just give y'all some context of why I be saying what I'm saying. So, because I don't mean no harm, that's why I said I'm gonna look into his stuff. But like a lot of times, the stuff that a lot of people present me or want me to participate is things I did 10 years ago, like 7 years ago, like. And when a person presented to me like it's something new in my real life, I would have then cut somebody out. But by Uriel and being online, it'd be a lot of calming down I have to do and stuff like that. For an example, I'm gonna check out his stuff, right? But for an example, in my mind, I didn't got another app and all this stuff of how to do actual cartoons. So I'm working on a program by myself on editing cartoons and putting it as Pixar doing it, where they're moving around and stuff like that and things, and then I can edit it on my phone because the Galaxy got this app that makes it role playing and stuff like that. Like I'm already there, and I'm already developing energies of gaining comfortability that ain't nobody about to help me in here. Don't start pandering online, telling people you need help in this area, making it seem like you're desperate about something, nothing, all the way to when I perfect that and start presenting it to y'all, it'll just be something else y'all watch. Why it'd be still a whole bunch of people trying to say, check your emails for some shit I didn't perfect it 5 years ago that I can do myself. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm already at a point right now where I'm selling my art, selling my beats. I'm managing people. Like I'm assisting people. Like I didn't already built myself up that much. I need no human and none of their talent that I'm better than them at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not for homeboy. I'm gonna check his shit. I'm just saying I'm adding layers and contents and stuff. Like for an example, like a lot of y'all in the clothes and stuff like that, and be like, and I get a lot of emails and stuff like that. Not just, and I'm gonna check Beat all too. Y'all check his stuff too. This is not about y'all. I'm Dolo already. I've been doing this for years, right? But you can't present no clothes to me if the shit I was doing and things of that nature is professional. You know what I'm saying? So I can't have somebody be like, yo, Dolo, I want you to wear this shirt and things of that nature, or Dolo, I want you to wear these pants, or male or female, and things of that nature. And you give me some shit that I didn't already perfect it, and I didn't already did. You know what I'm saying? Like I already did that. I'm already me. So it can't be me developing a troll starting to feel like, well, Dolo ain't supporting my crystal or Dolo ain't supporting my candle. If I've been doing candles way before you and better at it. You gotta understand, I'm a man with nuts. I'm a man with nuts. That's like if we on a football field and things of that nature. If I'm getting the quarterback, or if I'm getting all the touchdowns and shit like that, okay, in my mind, that's how I think. Oh, I didn't make much touchdowns. You and your little two or five punk ass touchdowns, in my mind, I don't give a fuck about. In my mind, I'm thinking about making 20 more touchdowns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get me to care about what you went through at touchdown 5, at touchdown 2. You know what I'm saying? If I done made about 20 touchdowns and shit like that, I'm looking for who I can destroy at 21 touchdowns. I'm looking for who I can destroy at 25 touchdowns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Real shit. At this point, I'm about to become my own news reporter, where I'm about to be playing other characters. Like like Eddie Murphy. So I'm about to make another YouTube channel and get 1,000 subscribers and shit like that in a whole nother world where I'm playing another character. I might wear a costume and I'm gonna have interviews on there. I'm gonna have other content on there based upon reporting news that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but like politics and stuff. But I'm using my mind state to present it. So that page could go ahead and get 1,000 views. It don't seem like no female or no other man want to take these handouts I just be throwing out there. If you just go ahead and be your own consistency and you will see it manifest, I be throwing all kind of gems out there for y'all to take. I don't never see nobody do it. I see it. So I'll be like, let me separate what's from personal from what because I don't want to make people think that this is what I'm trying to make people do at this point, especially from a whole bunch of incapable people. Okay, I do that. You know how fast a person I would have seen I would have supported, male or female, doing news reporting, but if they quote unquote claim that they're part of the soul group, so that means they take this serious. They try, I mean, but I ain't talking about the soul group part, but because everybody ain't content creators. But I'm saying if they take a content creation serious and they're in the aspect of news reporting, right? Just by being a soul group in a different field, I would add on to it, right? But they will already be building things based on them already having their own audience of what they're talking about with the flight knowledge behind it of how they look about it. So they might be talking about politics or news reporting what NASA said today. But soon we know NASA talk about the sun. And if you watch me, we're a community trying to build something. So you already know when you report it, you got little smart remarks in it like, yeah, but we know the sun don't smile. Yeah, we know the sun ain't smart. We know the sun ain't traveling. So everybody who you start accumulating, me and you can now, you will start building, and I'm gonna be on your channel, and you got a channel for me to be on, and then you could be on my channel, and then we're blending in our audience because we're the same audience behind closed doors and behind front doors. Therefore, we actually behind closed doors, it'll start to develop as a real rapport. We actually have discussions about before either of us go live. We're going live. We're energetic energies we're trying to push in the world because it's teamwork makes the dream work. So we start being on synchronicities with colors we're wearing today. We're both talking about from different perspectives today, or multitudes of us, and we're connected behind closed doors like the real way it's supposed to be. Then online, we'll start seeing it manifest like that. But I can't be manifesting 95% of fart clouds with expectations and turn up energies, and they're not putting in work in ways that I gotta feel like me even have to explain it is already a problem. Me even having to explain what I just did is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Bro, shit. For an example, it could be a tarot card reader or female or something like that, right? Let's say I ain't got no license and they know, y'all know I'm getting ready to travel or whatever like that, and you ain't doing shit with your life. That's your mission. Who knows what you may manifest out of that? Your mission is being Uriel's driver. Now, here's how you have sometimes tarot card readers even more flunked out than the audience that they may attract, because they hear something like that and be like, oh, what is the spirit God's telling me? I need to run from this person. This person need me to drive from them. All this sudden, that become the issue more than supporting humanity and everybody being in a position where we start to see shit flourish and the shadow government ain't controlling us as much. So it's all fake. Or the whole past 7 years, it wouldn't even be something I have to say. It'd be already done. Just as well as I don't have to second question me being up here every day, just as well as a person who on the same spiritual path as me wouldn't have to second question. It'll already be that way. See what I'm saying? So, of course, you're going to see me be hesitant on just getting any old slap nuts monkey. Of course. It's things I'm seeing that I guess the average slap monkey don't see. I'm not going to waste my time having no conversations about that shit, male or female. I'm just going to sit up here and talk negative and have anybody think the fuck they want to think, because I know what God want me to see and I know what God know. That's all that fucking matters, because that shows me confirmations in real life. When I start to lack is when I give too much time into me trying to explain, go down that line of reasoning of warming other people's hearts and shit. I don't got no business doing. Real shit. So right now, I just got to talk the way I talk so I can start manifesting it and attracting people even in the Airbnb business. So some of these people got buildings already that's accessible to them by daddy or mommy's business or something like that, right? They are already going to be wrapped up into my knowledge. So for the most part, they're going to be like, Uriel, well, all you need to do is meet these requirements, right? Which is probably like a water bill, electric bill, or something like that. Then boom, I got reciprocation in a certain way that I necessarily needed. Not me saying what I'm saying and a whole bunch of people in the chat who should just watch me like the chat feel like I'm talking to them. That's what I don't need. It'll be a whole bunch of lives of me having unintelligent conversations. I'm saying, all right, just like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that the moon in Libra is gonna be putting us all into a perspective of what I'm talking about right now. I just like to act out the energies early and I hang myself on the cross because I understand shifts. So I even go through shifts early and stuff like that, unwarranted. But in my mind, I'm only acting out the energy. I don't give a fuck about no thought or feeling of my own. So y'all got to know that leads into humanity and stuff like all the way down to my mama. It's like real shit. You got to know that. Now I do develop care and I act like I do be caring and stuff, and I actually do, but that ain't my first purpose. My first purpose is for God. You know what I'm saying? I'm welcoming all trolls because y'all retarded in some way, Samuel.
I'm not a troll. I was asking about
Oh, okay. What's going down?
I've been hearing you for time critique the concept of light, especially in the Masonic context, and I was asking myself why I don't quite get your point. I think most of it is just simply semantics. I think I don't really get why you're not recognizing the validity of these
So
concepts,
what do you mean is semantics?
because it's all a philosophical game. So then,
So which one of us is using semantics, me or the Masons? Because I look at calling light something different than the sunlight is semantics.
because your point, from my perspective, your point is that the light is something we get lost into, and that our true nature is beyond the light, is something that the spirit, the space, the something that's neither light nor darkness. Am I right in my interpretation?
Not you right about that. But when you
Okay.
use the word semantics, that's not what I'm doing. To me, semantics is calling light something that don't got nothing to do with cutting it on in the morning and you can see in your room. So the moment somebody say something in your mind is the light, technically that ain't a light, that's a vision. So that would be the semantics.
Well, light and darkness are allegories. They're symbolical, and so,
Semantics.
well, I think it's semantics, not too, because again, it's what are we pointing to right here? So you know what Masons are pointing to, or any esoteric student is pointing to when they speak about the light, and when they speak about the darkness. It's like the allegory of the torch in the darkness. The darkness represents ignorance, the ignorance of the profane, and then the light is the light of illumination, enlightenment, knowledge.
But see
So
that, but
this
that's their
allegory is valid.
semantics about it. Like me, I can see the same things that they're seeing, but I don't got to call it light and still come to the same conclusions. And then if me and you was to have a discussion, is we actually seeing light or not? Then we could come to the conclusion who's using semantics or not. So when we reach that divine spark, neither of us is actually seeing light. So we know that the Masons is using what we do see as light, to represent that and call it light, which is the ground basis of semantics. But I don't have to call it light and be able to develop another thought that they haven't came up with just because I see it another way.
Yeah, right. Well, if you see it another way, it presupposes subjectivity and relativity. And so if it's subjective or relative, then it is all a question of semantics. It's not about who is using semantics. Everything is constructed. Every intellectual
Well,
construction
not
is.
really. Not really,
What do you mean?
because I will be able to separate the mind from the spirit, and they will be lost into thinking that your mind is your spirit. But then they're gonna have to come up with another science to try to compare or explain to us why can you observe the mind if you are the mind. And when they can't reach that, they just have a whole bunch of creation problems, and because they're on the wrong starting point because they use too much semantics.
No,
calling
well,
stuff that calling things that ain't what it is, it just to understand it and how it works. But technically it's not that. They're lost in semantics.
well, I see your metaphysics here, and of course, it's valid. But also, I would say that um, hold up.
Like basically
I
what
would
I'm
say
trying to
that
do is
it's known by
I'm trying
every
to I'm
Mason.
trying to put everybody in the same position and show people you don't have to use their same meanings and words. And you can
That's
go to
true.
that
That's very
same
true.
place and you could go to that same yeah, I just proved it.
Yeah, that is true. But
Oh, I
uh,
thought you said that wasn't true. My bad. My bad.
no, that is true. But at the same time, I think it's very well known by every esoteric student or Masons at that the true nature of our true nature as spirits is transcendental to the human condition, and that implies also that includes the mind also. So then, from what you're saying, it's like Masons are lost in the mind, and so they worship this kind of uh, 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 this body, this light, this you call it a spaceship, right? They
Yeah,
worship
they
this
do.
form, but
They do
they do not.
because when you actually practice things and understand things from a starting point, it only can lead to a handful of outcomes. For an example, the way that they're practicing following the light and it ascending you and things of that nature ain't real. When you understand it, it don't lead to that outcome. The outcome that their way of doing it is supposed to lead to you having this same body and reincarnate down here or go somewhere else and you got this same mind and body. But none of these individuals died and did that or even came back and said that was the task. So it's just a way of life before a person really find out what happens that never could come back after that happens. So this what makes it faulty, low key. Like it's a fake way of living by using explanations about death like it's true. But none of them actually did that. Or they will be in the same body and mind that they was when they died last time and convey that message. So they have to make up reincarnation, you being in another mind or a body, but having the same traits. But technically, it's all Gish Gallop and semantics. Because none of us can actually see that. All the way, my visions ain't a real light, but they call it a light. So semantics.
Well, your vision absorbs light. That's the thing that's the thing that allows you to see. So
And
then,
that's wrong. Your vision create lights. Your vision is like a water cycle. It's like a fluid. And when you bring
look
one vision
out.
thought, when you bring one vision together, a thought and another vision together, a feeling, it creates a light, an imagination. And that's how the sun is. The sun is when two atmospheres interact, our water and the waters above, it produces that sun. You have your own micro version of it. When you bring your lighter density water together, your thoughts and your heavier density water levels together, your emotions, it produces an imagination. And the Masons was calling that the child born from father, mother. The original thought that connected with an emotion that created an imagination, a desire. And that's the light come after a collection of processes.
This worship. Okay, what I would say is that academics worship the mind, but when it comes to, again, esoteric students in many whatever secret society, it's well known that again our nature is transcendental to the mind. So how can we get lost in the mind if we acknowledge that, of course, our our spirit, our soul is transcendental to the mind. It comes before the mind, and the mind is a creation to travel in this realm of reality. So, so
Well,
your version.
that's not the issue. The issue is how you do that. So when it comes into the Masons, their rituals and spells itself is the wrong way of doing it.
Why? Why? Rituals are made for initiation and psychological transformation.
Look at the world.
What do you mean?
Like, look at the world. You all the way down to your thumbnail, and you using Jubilant and stuff like that. And they don't even use that term no more. But you still have to wake up every day and figure out how you're gonna pay for your Wi-Fi bill for you to even have that thumbnail.
Oh, what do you mean? Why do you bring these metaphysical principles into the down here and at large in the macro scale of society? I don't really get it.
Because that's how they're doing it. They're using it to maintain authority over the world. They're not doing it to teach you like you getting ready to go somewhere.
Conspiracy theories, nah.
How? When you have to pay for a Wi-Fi bill every day, it's not for free.
That's how society works. I mean, humans are.
That's how their society works. They don't have to do the same thing you doing.
Okay, so Freemasons control the Western world and modern civilization is your point,
right?
But how? You're not in
you have to make
circles.
You have to make it simple. If you was in a Masonic lodge and they needed you to teach something or have a lecture, right? You go have that lecture that they need you to have for free, right? Now, for the most part, you're not paying. But look, you're not paying to go have that lecture. They need you to have it, right? So if you already a part of the Masons, you Manly P. Hall, you gonna go do that lecture for other purposes, right? I mean, you're not worrying about needing a building. You're not worrying about needing those seats. Y'all already got the lodge. Now take this in our life. The people that's receiving crumbs, and we don't need to be using this to argue amongst each other. We got to wake up every day and figure out how we're going to rub two nickels together to even have Wi-Fi to do this. So whatever ritual they're teaching us, only working for them to not have to get paid for a building like Manly P. Hall or pay for Wi-Fi because they need them to teach that. They don't need us to teach what we teaching. We got to make sure we go get a job and rub two nickels together and choose to teach it ourselves. So at that point, so my point is this: the rituals that you're taking up for them for is only working for them. And if it's only working for them, the way that they're doing it proves it don't work for no spirituality and after death. It only works for people to be down here to maintain a position. That's my point. So you taking up for it is only proving my point. What they done already to maintain a position is working. When you die,
9 to 5s, you know. I mean, they're not some all powerful. They're a group that they finance themselves. Most of
Do Donald Trump work a 9 to 5?
He's not a Mason. He's an unconscious.
So why would someone who was in on some of these structures that we walk in every day have a 9 to 5? And people like Donald Trump, a puppet, barely got a 9 to 5. Why would someone who created the intellectual property of these pillars and these building structures we walk into every day, why would some of these people have a 9 to 5? These people sitting on their ass with free Wi-Fi. You know that, right? People in the Vatican ain't paying for Wi-Fi. The people who putting 5G up ain't paying for Wi-Fi. The Masons and the Jesuits are the ones coming up with the new technology, or no schools wouldn't be named under them. So if you ain't got no in, if you ain't in on that, you taking up for whatever they're doing is proving my point. So for you to die and not realize what you think they're teaching you about is another proving my point. It only worked for them while they're here, because none of them even died and came back in the same body. It's just a group of people teaching that shit, but still running the world and don't have to worry about how they gonna make ends meet every morning so they can have Wi-Fi. Yet we do.
I don't mean your average 3rd-degree Mason that got to wake up every single morning, teach philosophy at university. I mean, he's not an elite, either. I mean, he's in the upper class, but I mean, most Masons are not some millionaire, multi-millionaire.
He's wasting his time.
Yeah, most of them are just normal people. Well, not normal. in the spiritual sense, but normal in the outward sense, in the matrix. They work fucking 9 to 5s too. I mean, I don't know if
I like to look at it like this. I don't like to argue for or against something, so it always put
right.
me in the purest godly perspective. So I like to look at it like this. If presidents have inaugurations, and our first president, George Washington, had the inauguration with his hands on the Bible before he took over the country, that's a Masonic thing. So if none of they Mason tricks stopped any wars, once again, it go back to my point. It looked
Well,
like
that's
whatever they
religious.
doing is just working for a group of people who are alive. It ain't got nothing to do with dying and shit actually happening. It's just people believing they shit, but they shit don't really work for real shit. It just worked for their being in a position, or we wouldn't still be going to war and voting. Their witchcraft would make the people in these positions have some type of spiritual exaltment and enlightenment, like they got the sheep thinking right now, who ain't got 2 nickels to rub together and got to figure out how to pay for Wi-Fi tomorrow.
Okay, let's go back to our first subject. This matrix shit is complex. We could spend hours talking about this. That's not what I want right now. But okay, going back to the metaphysical aspect. Why? Okay. My point is that if Masonry defines itself as a system of of moral and principles veiled in symbols and allegories, why could we not just acknowledge and respect another tradition and their beliefs, knowing that intellectual constructs are relative? It does work.
Well, how come we see the people who made these things being more control of the military and we still got war? But for some reason, we need to take up for it because it could work for someone with a 9 to 5. I don't see the odds.
When I say it works, if some truly work,
perspective. Yeah, from a logical perspective, if some truly works, it should work from the people that's around it first. The military, the army, the Pope, and stuff like that. We shouldn't have to justify if it working or not from people like us. We're not even in anything important of the world for it to be a result, for it to be like, okay, we ended world hunger. We ain't even in no position for it to make it useful. They are. The people that these signs and symbols that they creating, they made the tactics for military. So if the signs and symbols ain't even working for the little sign and symbol of the next on the M16 for him not to pull the trigger, I damn sure don't care about it working or not for my next door neighbor. Like real shit. Thank you so much for the donation, Phoenix 369. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Now we got back into the matrix, but when I was saying the rituals they work, I was meaning from a psychological, spiritual perspective. They work for spiritual elevation and
for them. It worked for war to keep happening because war ain't stopping. That's proving my point.
I'm speaking about the rituals of initiation into your average lodge at the fucking corner of your street, not in some fucking shadowy...
That's what the lodges is doing. It's supporting the economy. They want you to make good men, craft good men. And what are you crafting men to do? Be useful in the community. And what is the community tactics? Police officer stuff, intellectual knowledge with their rhetoric and stuff like that. But if you can't put yourself into a position that you can foundate these things yourself, that's my point. Because when we participate with these things, it only works for them to still be in these positions, not any of us. And that's where the problem comes at, where you might be thinking that me casting stones and I don't use these things for what they use for. I use these things for what they use for too. I just don't use them through their system. So whatever that they call light, I might be using the same thing, but I'm not using it through the rhetoric because I know my mind don't need trained in a certain way for me to understand something. So I could call something la-la with my own language and still be tapping into the same energies and might even have more awarenesses about it because I ain't got no bias with it based upon learning it from someone else's perspective.
But so if you have no bias towards it, are your critiques or the stones you throw it from a position of absolute objective analysis or?
Well, the stones I usually cast, you must don't watch a lot of my lives. Usually my lives when I cast stones at Jews and Masons and stuff, it'd be based on the result of humanity at the moment. So it's like I'm casting stones at humanity, but blaming it on the indoctrination of the Masons. Then every now and then I would throw in a moral concept or narrative, Walt Disney wise, that if a Mason, Jew, or Jesuit is watching me, they could attack whatever that they're doing from a better moral state. so it don't keep manifesting people who's mentally ill, that people like me who can't barely rub two nickels together or get awarded by the Masons have to actually take care of and stuff like that. So at some point, I'm still helping them, but also making them do it in a better way to show them that whatever that they're doing it in is only helping them in ways that's not useful in the world. Thank you so much for the cash out, Tia. I appreciate that.
Okay, again, grounding ourselves in the spirit realm and not in the physical. Again, an example of an allegory in esoteric circles of the Western tradition is the concept of traveling forever eastward towards traveling forever eastward until quote unquote enlightenment. So then, why traveling forever eastward? Because the sun, the sun
starting point
first appears in the morning at the east, and so again, the sun being an allegory of your higher nature, being the light, we travel towards this light until we are completely pure. And so then the concept of travel or pilgrimage also presupposes a journey, a spiritual transformation. And in every system, whether it's Western esotericism, Eastern religions, there is in every spiritual system.
But see, you have to make
You're
sure.
You're going to see my point. Hold up. In every spiritual tradition, there is this concept of progressing and transforming yourself through spiritual work and ritual and meditation and whatever, and it's supposed to culminate into some endpoint, and it's supposed to viscerally change you at the core of your being, change your behavior, change your whole being, and this progressive purification of your soul through spiritual work from profanity to purity. And that's also something that I haven't seen in your work, and so I wonder, why do you have any goal or endpoint or journey in your or on your path, on your own path? Do you have that? Because I haven't seen it. I wonder.
See, you might be lost in some type of Mason's journey. My journey is making everybody aware of themselves so they can create their own business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. And I became successful at that because you wouldn't know about me. So obviously, you know, I make music. You know, I talk about spirituality. You know, I talk about business. You know, I talk about religion. And, you know, I got my own audience when I talk about politics. So that, I don't understand. That's what Masons do. I just did it without theirs. And that might be the issue that you're going through at the moment, and you being a little physical. But that's what you need to see. A person who put their philosopher's stone and able to do it, even if they come from the hood and nothing. That's a talent.
Right. The philosopher's stone, which is supposed to, again, like always, be an allegory for your most exalted state of being and purified state of being. So then,
and I said that for a reason, because that's what Masons use. It ain't got nothing to do with a stone, or it ain't got nothing to do with being a philosopher.
No, well,
all the way down, all the way down to the ritual. That I like to make things simple. This how you're able to know who I am. Even going back to the ritual that you broke down, looking to the east that they said, and you're able to find something. You have to pay attention what you're doing every second. Even when you do that, you're not doing nothing but thinking real hard. So any type of east you're following,
you can observe yourself.
East means developing an idea. And when you keep developing a whole bunch of ideas, you're in la-la land. Now, if you direct that towards the east, you're directing la-la land's energy towards trying to think how we came here from an existence, because we think the sun started over there. So let's see how that works with our anatomy. But it goes no further than that. No. But here's the thing. It goes no further than that. None of these Masons died, lived forever, came back in the same body and said, this is what happens after you die. And at the end goal, this is going to be the end goal. So if you die getting lost in their stuff, you need to understand that it's just helping you while you alive. It ain't got nothing to do with what they talking about. It's only helping you when you alive. And the more you participate, they're the only ones getting the bread loaf. Because you ain't got no Walt Disney movie. And your name is Jubilon, some stuff they came up with. So it's like, it's kind of weird.
Well, again, you emphasized on the external part, but this travel,
that's the internal part. The internal part is knowing your own journey, so you don't have to use someone else's flunk journey to lead you into not knowing what you're doing. You got to make sure when you die, you ain't got no regret. You using some Mason concept to do that is a still mental illness. I don't ever have to call my mind to light for me to still go wherever I think I'm going.
Well, the light. First of all, the light is not supposed to reflect the mind. It's supposed to reflect what is beyond the dark waters confining you to your
And no Mason
subjective
can ever
individuality.
explain what they're talking about when they say beyond the water. That's what I'm talking about. It's all semantics. It's a religion.
Well, it's something to be.
They made all the religions. It's like a religion. They made all the religions. Like when a Mason say things like going beyond darkness, beyond the waters, man, they simply be talking about getting out of a desire and constructing a discipline. That's it. Like it ain't nothing deeper. You don't ever have to know Masonry or anything for you to go through a few experiences in your life and know how to not go through that again. That's the only thing they did. Since there's so much sheep in the world, they figure we need a liquor store to every church and depopulation control because we got people in the world that need things just to construct their own mind. But it ain't nothing deep. Even when they talk about rituals and spells going to the light, they be doing it for people, for religion to still be popular and stuff, and ain't Masonry. But going towards the light just means going towards information. That's all they mean. And if you go too far in that without knowing that for yourself, it's like you just going into lostness, especially going on a starting point. They have you believe in all kind of dumb stuff that ain't even like. A morality ain't light to me. A discipline ain't light to me. But I do understand them using these terms to explain it because it's sheep in the world that don't know no better for themselves. But I went outside myself to learn these things. I ain't got to use their language for me to know how to go about it amongst humans.
Well, I'm a hand on that, right? I've taken a lot of value from your content, but I don't think that we're gonna be able to get on the same frequency tonight. But even though our journeys might have.
Yeah, I'm about business. I be doing the stuff Masons do for real in real life. So it's like I don't know what concept you might be coming up with, but a Mason wouldn't even ask another person. I don't see what they doing. There's a lot of Masons that learn from me. That's in high degrees. A lot of Masons even copy my way of doing things. You would never find a Mason that's good at all 5 things at one time. You either gonna find a Mason that's good at drawing, and they got to go teach people how to do that. Another one who's good at lecturing because they motivational speakers. They got to go do that. One that may be good at entertainment, so they might be a puppet to infiltrate a little bit. You will never find a Mason all good at 5 and actually produce a community without having a Masonry backing. So whatever you think a Mason doing, I'm doing 10 times plus, and they copying me.
Well,
now you got some money that you want to promote to my lodge, so we can go ahead and teach them that the stars is water and the light comes second. If you ain't trying to build on a community like that, I'd rather never ever connect with you in real life to do no Masonry stuff, because I don't even look at the universe the way they look at it. So if that's your only mentality of coming together with another individual, that's one of the things I'm getting out of right now, to inspire others in the world so they're no longer getting crumbs and they're getting loaves. And that'd be more of my little space I like to deal with as far as esoteric hustling and building communities.
Well, that's funny you mentioned that, because I myself am building a movement, but the journey it's individual, and in the end,
So all right, since you a Mason, Dan, if we would, you said
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
I just said I'm building a certain thing myself.
Well, all right, we in a race then. Since you utilize Masonry,
no, I don't enter competition.
Oh no, it's not a competition, but I want to make sure, like, people who kind of got that mind frame that actual Masons don't even have, to think I'm not building because they're in the physical. I want to make sure it's clear. So even not you, but this energy itself could be a confirmation on who actually building or not, people's minds. And then we're going to do confirmations on how many things we could go back towards, how many people actually have been converted, how many people actually expressed their mind been changed, or do we got a group of people still, we need liquor stores next to churches, and we trying to build lodges. And if you participate a little bit, we ain't competing, but we do got to look at it like that. There's a lot of females in the world. So if they know about Masonry, they'll be able to decide for themselves. But yeah, let the Lord be with you, Jubilant. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? And meet you at the end. Real shit.
You too. God bless.
Yep, real shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all gotta know everything ain't about no lodge. Everything ain't about no but I like those type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But yeah, everything ain't about just doing something that's gonna lead into crumbs and stuff like that. In the words of stuff that only work for other people. I like to investigate and look at the real stuff that's going on. So if it look like it ain't got no outcome of me being in the same position, that is a spiritual representation. So obviously I must be persuaded in the spiritual world for me not to even pay attention in the physical world of certain things. And I like having low, some Uriel. They summon me to even know everything they know to have humanity flunked out. I'd be damned if I settle for anything. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I'd be damned if I settle for anything in this motherfucker shit. Yeah, let the Lord of Galileo be with you. Real shit. But yeah. So you got to be careful arguing for or against things, because man, a lot of stuff don't even be in our favor and stuff like that. And if we learn how to do these things ourselves, we'll be in a position where we built quote unquote philosopher stones and emerald tablets, and we'd be in that same kind of position where it don't have to be crumbs. We'd be as a just like a Galileo or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And give it another name. I might have changed that philosopher stone name and tell people it ain't a stone at all. As soon as somebody try to argue it, I'm gonna tell them prove to me as a stone. And even I ain't talking about physically either. And then I got enough wisdom to know they summon me to even know that. The Masons for the person to even know that. So I'm gonna be like, whatever you're trying to explain, you're just talking about hardening something up, a thought form. And when you harden that thought form and have a conviction of it, so you're decisive and not indecisive, that's an allegory of a stone. Okay, next, what else is you trying to use it for? It ain't gonna have nothing to do with you after death. Ain't gonna have nothing to do with you right now, and you still using they shit for them to get los and you get crumbs, and then the next Matrix movie is 100,000 billion box office hit. I'm tired of that. I got enough wisdom. I can bring it so simple. One sentence explains everything y'all lost in life. I ain't got time for all that. I'm saying I'm in a different world schedule. Well, damn, you ever been going damn 3 hours in this motherfucking shit? Hold on now. Look, hey, look, I might have just roast you because you got a who is this, Crizio? I know you're a troll.
Uh-oh.
I'm saying, look, we always getting them hunky ass trolls. You know what I'm saying? I used to try to hold back on terms and stuff like that, but now I gotta say it. It's too many damn hunkies and shit like that that left their skateboard or surfboard at the crib and or left it downstairs and decided to go upstairs and jack off when I'm live and shit and click my link, man. I ain't got time for that shit either, man. Too much cock his mouth and hunkies with no brain. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm multicultural and I'm Indian, like, so I don't discriminate. I don't need no sweaty balls though from the first place with an Adam's apple, especially if you using your whiteness for no reason. You mean to tell me you trying to connect with me and you ain't trying to be no cab driver? You ain't trying to participate with the soul group, like when everybody go to jail, you got good ways and good lawyers and stuff like that. There ain't no whiteness used for no reason. Then I definitely don't need you coming in and being on troll. Like your whiteness is entirely unuseful at this point. You know what I'm saying? Where I can't count on you to get us out of jail. I can't count on you to drive, make sure cops never look double at us or something like that. Or for us to have a good, healthy, vibrational environment so we look like we're unharmful to all communities and stuff when you go with us around wherever we walk into and stuff in the middle of New York City. And you can't even do none of that and stuff like that. You're just unuseful ass. You mean to tell me they looking at you like a hoodlum just like us? Oh, you don't even need you around. That point, it needs you around. Your whiteness is just used for no reason and shit. Just up there for jacking off and creating fake sex dolls and stuff like that and mannequins and stuff and just painting y'all beards and shit. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how you find my channel. How? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. This would make me get back into that energy. Like, dang, and I'm on the Archangel Uriel channel. This supposed to be the low-key channel. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people know about this channel. People who extremely flunked out, who barely watch me anyway, but claim they do. They only know about the other channel type shit. So I'm thinking I'm over here all relaxed and comfortable and stuff like that. Just opening up the panel, multiple people and stuff like that. Still got trolls. Still got fart clouds. Lord Jesus Christ. Hey, what's going on? Like, damn. I didn't ask for this. It don't matter the age. It don't matter the race. Uriel got them. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people, I wouldn't even think, how is you even into what I'm saying when you be hearing these words that come out of my mouth? How didn't I even turn you off the first few minutes and you just never went back to my channel again? How is you a oncoming person? How? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, what? I'm lost. I don't get it. Real shit. It don't go no further than that. But yeah, we 3 hours in. I see a lot of y'all. I ain't adding no more people. You know what I'm saying, I'm finna go ahead and cut this back off and get back into my readings and inboxes and emails and shit like that. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a mission. I gotta be inspired. So I seen little sparks, inspirations and stuff like that. So that determines everything. So that determines if I'm gonna walk to California, if I'm gonna fly to Japan, with some wings that I found in the woods somewhere, you know what I'm saying, or if I'm gonna hop in a vehicle and go to Sandusky, Kentucky, or something. You know what I'm saying, to ride the Kentucky Turkey Wild Derby race. You know, all the inspirations is the main and missioning factors. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be having to think real hard, real long. You know what I'm saying? It's like hard-earned things. Like I'm just going on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I gotta be thinking about myself at times and put myself in position. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Cause I worked hard. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta think, do I want to go to the Never Land down here in La La Land and stuff like that, just disappear or something like that for like a day or two, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, goddamn it, I'm up here 2-3 times a motherfucking day, and this ain't even how I'm able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I be manifesting a lot of weird fart clouds that start thinking like that too. They're like, "Oh, what you mean, though? You about to disappear? You know you can't disappear." Be doing weird research online like this my job. And you tell me my job, but I sit here and prove that by going live on my demonetized channel every day, just to show about and y'all be seeing me all throughout the month and stuff like that in new circuits, just to prove that, because I like to do things in physical. I don't like to have foggy things in reality. I'm an Aries. It gotta be anybody challenge me in reality or whatever like that. Something got to be proved that first 5 minutes. And then we got to play how long we go uphold it, because that's going to prove if it's like that in real life or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. So I don't even know weird fart clouds that been doing something after me, try to second question me when I'm on wolf time also. Because goddamn it, you bitch, homie cheese, you ain't got more consistency than me. But if you go on my channel and I got 4,000 videos and you just jumping into spirituality and you want to make up in your mind, oh, I always been spiritual, and let me second question, bitch. No, if I ain't spiritual and I ain't what it look like, then I don't know what spirituality is. I can give a fuck if you don't like what's coming out of my mouth, bitch. Tell you that right now. I'm with spirituality, consistency, riding the current, never missing a shift, never falling off actually looks like. A person might be so lost on the internet and be like, "Oh, Dolo, your numbers ain't what they used to. Oh, you fell off." That ain't got nothing to do with falling off in real life or whatever like that. You ever been in real life without people being online and develop that mentality? That's the type of position I'm in. I don't know what y'all be talking about and shit like that. I can stop getting online right now. I bet I never fall off. I might choose to get online a year later or something like that, look even better and got even more shit than I got now. So I just the whole live stream will be just explaining what I've been up to type shit. Oh, I'm saying real shit. I don't know what y'all be lost into the world and what y'all sit and pay attention to. It ain't got shit to do with life and what God be need you to pay attention to. That ain't got nothing to do with people mind states around you, what they think. As far as if you got associates or friends or family or whatever things around you, it ain't got nothing to do with them. It ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Real motherfucker shit with holy water. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all need holy water to flush down the shit y'all be always having. You know what I'm saying? Y'all life. You need holy water to flush down that bullshit and be thinking somebody else gonna accept that shit. Nobody gonna accept nobody's damn bullshit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Cause you gotta look at yourself. Ain't nobody gonna accept your bullshit. I know ain't nobody gonna accept my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So I ain't gonna put no human in no position to make them think your bullshit smell better than mine in any kind of way. We about to get that out the way real quick. You know what I'm saying? For you to even start thinking you can even ever be in a position to even think you tired of my bullshit. Who said you had any bullshit that's in the toilet my pieces of shit be in? When God be taking shits and shit. You know what I'm saying? You just some fart clap. Real shit. Real shit. But yeah, I ain't smoking this with y'all though. This is for my break relaxing period. You know what I'm saying? So my pancreas don't be all fucked up. Because once I get off live, I might not even smoke or whatever like that. I might go like do a reading. I gotta do a reading and something like that. I might chop it up with a few people. Then when I feel it coming on again, I might have to light another L. But then at that time, that's when I might start posting on IG or something like that, or go live on IG or something. I don't care how late it is, because I think I'm low key spiritually getting back in album mode. Like my brain is retarded or something like that. So it's like I don't know. I'm making too many beats and stuff like that. So I ain't supposed to be doing that. I'm coming up with too many hooks and stuff. Like at that point, the album already done. I gotta stop and get more distracted. So I gotta get back on the road and something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to turn up. I'm going to be bored. Now, if I'm bored and I feel like turning up, whoever around me that wanted to be bored with me, that we'll be the ones to turn up. If I turn up at all, but like, I'm bored. I'm a bored person. I'm interested in bored people. I'm a boring person. It might look like I'm heightened lit. It's just I be doing my own thing, so it's excited to me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm a boring person to the average individual. I don't like doing the regular things humans be doing in the world. What I'm saying, in that case, I'm bored. Like, I don't want to sit around and watch sports. Like I don't want to sit around and go to places that's gonna be lit and stuff like that. I'd rather go to the mall when it's dead. Love says so I could think real good and walk around and stuff and not get lost. Like, you know what I'm saying? And go walk in the woods somewhere or find some location somewhere to develop an idea that could go towards a gift and talent. Some of my gifts and talents is like music and acting and stuff like that. So that develops as productivity. We might find a dope ass location. Somebody did some sweet ass graffiti on there. That alone add extra influences and energies. And goddamn it, are we be productive right now? That might be born to the regular individual. That type of stuff ain't born to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to change the world to make that type of stuff more exciting. Or I don't want no bitch. You know what I'm saying, or I don't want no men around me trying to help me build no business. If I ain't doing something like that, I'm saying I feel more. I like to be in that kind of energy where it look like it's potential. It look like things gonna grow. It look like things not just a day that's about a time that's gonna come and flash. Something that look like I could plan next time and work on making it a forever circumstance, because that's what all life is about. You know what I'm saying? I know shit, just rob myself blind and other people in the world too. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of nothing. No outcome, no situational foundations and programming and stuff like that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that kind of the Mason dude kind of make me feel bad a little bit on this mere premise that I ain't going harder on that. Because now I got to think like I wasted time even trying to make something look like a community. And if I'm doing it by myself, now I made it possible for people like Masons to click on my channel now and be like, I don't see you building a community. And like when I'm having conversations with me and God, man, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me as a bunch of bums that ain't doing this shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I've been up here for 10 years. I did my part. Now, please don't blame what other people not doing on me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I just got a small piece of that today. Because I in my mind, I'm way harder than a Mason. So now it made me feel like it's little Masons in the world that's looking at me like I ain't got no commitment. It ain't my fault. Ain't no bitch that she ain't GMO. So she got the second question me, but I'm pretty sure she dropping her panties or made mistakes or being flunked out in her life. Even if she ain't thinks she flunked out. She's just a spiritualist. She thinks she a tarot card reader or something like that, right? But I guarantee in her life, she opening in her heart chakra to a man that's less than me. And I guarantee she quicker to look at me like I'm evil or something like that than these individuals, because my channel deals with the mind. For an example, I'm just gonna make this an example right now, because I gotta make this clear cut and dry. I gotta make this clear cut and dry. It could be a secret tarot card watching me right now, right? And they'd probably be like, oh, depending on what he's saying right now, I don't want him coming at me or whatever like that. This looks scary or whatever like that, right? Yeah, I've been here longer than them, right? But this how I look at it, being a man, how it don't make sense. 9 times out of 10, this tarot card reader is single with kids. Whatever you think you seeing I don't know how your smack monkey ass ain't see it with who you laid down with. Whatever you think you seeing in me, I don't know how your smack monkey ass don't think you ain't seen that with the past seven failed relationships for you to even be a tarot card reader right now to have. So before we mix any weird shit, I need this to be clear. Bitch, I'm Archangel Uriel. Don't ever get me fucked up in your mind and make any narratives off me. I'm the only one allowed to do that. Everybody else be quiet when Uriel in the auditorium, in the spirit world and in the physical world. Or just block your throat chakra. Find another way to talk about something. You know what I'm saying? I don't go no further than that, bitch. I'm the man. I'm the man. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Don't go no further than that. Get scared, bitch. Go get your gun. Get your gun, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You get intimidated spiritually, bitch.